Kwame, late as always. Shit, I just hit the curb. I think I flat my damn tire. Oh man, but it ain't flat. It ain't flat. God is good. Oh man, I swear to God, I think I'm just gonna go live without no preset live or nothing like that. Cause every time I preset a live, I think it's people that just sit back and wait and be like, oh, you know what? I gotta talk to him real quick before the live, and then it never be real quick. So yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm behind the eight ball. Oh, I ain't got no swagger. Hold on, let me get myself in here and get myself together, man. Let me get myself in here and myself together, man. We got giveaways and stuff we supposed to be doing, and I'm out here playing game. I'm out here playing games, running over curves and stuff, hitting curves and shit. Oh, hey, I'm over here hitting curves, card Imperial in comics. I'm hitting curves and shit. Thank God I got them big old tires. If it wasn't for them big old tires I got, boy, look at here. I'd be on the side of the road again. But I'm just getting back to the house. Hold on, let me get all my stuff together. Let me put my keys, everything down. KB got them holes low key? Nah, I don't got no hole. You heard that about me? Back in the day, I told you I used to be a bad boy. I ain't no bad boy no more. That take away from you, man. I used to be a bad boy. Right now I'm a lame. I'm what you would consider a lame. Yeah, I'm lame. Lame is easier. But literally just walking in from hitting the curve. I can't catch one, boy. I can't catch a break. Hold on. I need a scrunchie for my head. I don't want my head sticking up like this. I look like a nappy headed hooligan. He said, what now? Wait, you spanked? Huh? Then I hit the curve. Texting and driving. That's why they say don't text and drive. All right, let me pull everything with me. That. What did I do? Oh, no. No, say it ain't so. Hold on, y'all. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Did I? Yep, I did. Be more fair. Boy, you lying to me. Let me get down here. Let me get down here and check this out real quick. I hope y'all having a blessed morning. Cause even though I hit a curve, I'm still having a blessed morning. I sure am. How you say too blessed to be stressed? Y'all just be putting that on y'all car like a bumper sticker. I'm too blessed to be stressed for real. In real life, though. Why would I text and drive like most dangerous? Cause I'm on the back country road and wasn't nobody coming. So that's what I get. I had now. That's the reason why they say don't do it. And that's exactly what I get, to run over a curb. I'm just thank God that I didn't hit nobody else. So I put my mother trucking phone down and I learned from my mistake. Mr. Perfect. Hey, I put that phone down and I learned from my mistake, Mr. Perfect. And I won't do it again. Nah. I ain't text and drive so long, I don't even know how to text and drive. I used to be the text and drive specialist. Yeah, I used to be the text and drive specialist, homeboy. Oh. I need to get me a wife. Shit. I need to get me a wife. I need to get me a helpmate. God dang, I can't do everything on my own. Lord have mercy, I'm tired. I can't even think where I left this at no more. Yeah, JJ, I need to get me a goddamn wife. I don't know what the hell going on. Get me a few wives. Oh, I see somebody charger. Ooh, I got me a good charger now. Hey, I know somebody in the chat gonna be mad, but I got me a good charger now. I got me a nice blue charger. Ooh, this is a nice ass charger. I'm talking about, man. hmm I gotta do this quick live and then get the heck on. I gotta do this quick live and get the heck on. That nigga talk about JJ, I need a wife. Oh, I almost got one. Oh man. Oh shit, boy. Hey, listen. I got a story to tell that I'm not gonna tell. I got a story to tell that I'm not gonna tell right now. I'm gonna tell it at another time. Okay. Good morning, Rachel. Kwame doesn't want to start over with me. He's still upset with me for the ribbon. What ribbon you talking about? The only Chris I like is the LeBron fan Chris, man. We don't know this Chris right here. This is a different Chris. This ain't my boy Chris that come up here and talk normal that I know probably will whoop somebody behind. You know, where that Chris at, man? That's my homeboy Chris. No, Rachel, I ain't gonna tell it, boy. This, hey, Rachel, I ain't gonna tell it. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt my feelings if I tell it. Oh, but I got a cousin of mine. I don't want y'all to be mad at me. I got a cousin of mine that I don't got nothing to do with his mama sleeping with his daddy. But I got a cousin that's been talking very reckless. And he's been talking about Smiths and Browns again. And I've warned this boy about talking like that. Now, it's not gonna be my fault when I talk back. Somebody who love that boy, somebody who know what I know, better hug him and love up on him and say, Kwame not playing. Kwame gonna talk about me, you. Kwame gonna talk about everybody. So don't do it, boy. You trying to get everybody talked about because you don't like us in the first place. And this is gonna be my last warning because you don't have a history of this great history that you're talking about. There's one way that you got on, and you know I know the way. Motherfuckers done tried everything from selling water to selling pineapples, and only one thing got them on. So that's all I'm gonna say for now. But that's gonna be my last warning. And after that, I'm just gonna release the hound. And you already know I don't care. So I don't know why you keep playing with me. I don't know why you keep playing with me, boy. But I think I know why you keep trying to invite the family involved. Because I think you don't like your family. I know you don't like your family. But it's okay. I'm gonna try to be respectful and not bring these people in it. Cause I love my cousin DJ and a couple of other cousins. But you just talk so much, boy, that somebody better call you to the side and tell you to shut up. Or otherwise, I'm gonna have all of us looking stupid. I'm gonna tell you that now. I done been talked about for 20 years, so I don't give a rabbit's you know what. But I'm pretty sure you and the people around you do. So if I was you, I would leave me alone. I wasn't even saying nothing to you, boy. So if I was you, I would leave me alone. All this celebrity talk and all that type of stuff that you go on, that's cool. But I'm just gonna let you know there will be no next time. Yeah, there will be no next time, boy. I'm gonna let you know. Oh shit, y'all can see this. What I'm hold on. Let me put this out the way. Let me put this out the way. There won't be no next time, homeboy. I had to get on camera so you can know that I'm dead ass serious. I don't care who say what. It won't be a next time. All right, but we gotta get it. We gotta start the show. We gotta start the show. Release the hound. I am going to. I'm gonna go over this Cam Newton interview, and I think the guy was Jason Wilson or Williams. I think I might have to edit that because that's how I hit the curve, texting and driving. What is that? Hold on, let me switch it over to this one. Mm-mm. All right, I got it back. There you go. That's far back enough. All right. All right, I'm trying to figure out what to do with my damn hair. I don't know what I did with this hair tie, and I need to turn these lights on. Bring one of my buddies close over here by me, just in case somebody run in here. Say hello to my little friend, Remington. Say hello to Remington. All right, let's get to it. We dove hunting. Oh no, I got to go to my history. You can tell I'm all out of whack. Here it is. Here it is. This is a hell of an interview. All right, I got to go back to where it started. Oh, I'm gonna skip around. No. All right, I'm gonna play it from right there. It's an automatic. It's a pump action. Remington with a scope. I got a lot of guns. Oh, I don't even know why I got that. I got Donald Trump right here. I don't know why I got that. I got Donald Trump right here. Why do I got that when I got Donald Trump sitting right here? You know what I'm saying? Let me put you right here, Donald. I got Donald Trump sitting right here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Tap, 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 tap. Yeah, we got Donald Trump sitting right here. But listen, let's get into this. This interview, I learned a lot from this interview. I'm like, damn. When he gave the analogy of Cam freezing up on the ball, he said the ball get knocked out of all of our hand. And I think in the Super Bowl, Cam Newton, the ball got knocked out of his hand. He froze, and then somebody jumped on the ball. And the way that he tied that in together with marriage and all the stuff he tied that into, I'm like, damn. I'm looking around like, quiet as kept, like, this nigga talking to me. I was looking like Cam in the interview, like, damn. Cam was sitting there looking like a little boy talking to his daddy, like, shit. Damn. And that's how I was looking. I was sitting there like, oh, man. I said, ooh. Sometimes somebody can give a speech that it seems like they talking directly to your inside. I'm like, damn. And I draw a lot of similarities to this brother. He talked about that he's not like every other person that was called to God. He was called through trauma. He actually was talking about not respecting the church and not liking God and not liking a lot of situations, and because he's seen death around him, because his mother couldn't love him the way that she needed to love him, because his brother died. And I said, dang, that's deep. You know, we only hear the best things about our mothers. We only tell the best stories, and people shun you down as if you speaking ill of a black woman. But when I told y'all, when you are a child in a situation, the only thing you know is the truth of that situation. And sometimes society try to hammer you down from speaking because they make you look like you're talking about all black women. And that's not the case. All black women didn't raise this young man. He was raised by one woman. And unfortunately, there's circumstances that happen in real life that will make a person into who they are. And he said because he didn't get the love at that time from his mother, that he hated people. You said, let him tell the story. I will. But this is a show at the same time, Tracy. I can't just play the video all the way through. I got to give a little front story, then I'll play it, and then we'll give a little backstory. But this is a 2-hour interview, so I'm not going to be able to play the whole thing. So some stuff is you just going to have to go back and look at it on the Cam Newton podcast. I'm going to play as much as I can for you. Okay, Tracy? All right. But yeah, but I like I said, I draw a similar situation with his story like that, because it's like, damn, you see the church thriving. It's this big, beautiful building, and everywhere around the church, people selling drugs, people doing this, and then most of the pastors sleeping with the people in the church. Most of the people in the church, they do all the stuff they want to do, but they just do it in the dark. Most of them are drunkards. Most of them are adulterers. Most of them do everything of the world because there's a lot of pull on a Christian to be of the world. There's a lot of pull on them. Oh, yeah. What are you doing that for? You're a Christian. Oh, what are you doing that for? That's not of God. So to be a Christian, most people can't live up on that pedestal because they feel like we can't do anything. We can't curse. Imagine being a teenage child that everything that's fun and you know, popular, you can't do because you're a Christian. So these kids are walking around like, oh my God, I can't do anything. So what ends up happening? They end up being the worst of the worst. They end up being the most violent, some of them being the most sex craved because they've been starved. They've been, you know, God give free will, but for whatever reason, some of the parents of the Christians don't give the free will. You're supposed to teach. And then you're supposed to, if your kid go astray, they'll come back. But you're supposed to allow that to happen. You're not supposed to browbeat and then try to live through other people. But this dude right here, I don't know who he is personally, this Jason Wilson, but he gave a master class, I think, to Cam Newton. And I don't know how he lives as an individual, but I live, I've been around so many people that talk it, but if you follow them closely, they don't walk it. And there's a lot of pastors that talk that Christian stuff. And then when they're faced with a real situation for them to show who they say they are, they fall short every single time. And it ain't just about sex. Your Christian values are supposed to come through in difficult situations, and most of them have become just as worldly, just as sensitive, just as don't talk to me as the rest of the world. And that's not the way the Christians are supposed to behave. So let's get into this interview. I want to play it under fair use. Hopefully I don't get flagged, but hell, anytime I play a video now, I can play it off somebody else's page and the motherfucker might flag me. So we'll see what happens. This is for educational purposes. This is not to bash anybody. This is just to go over and do a reaction.
Now is that the culinary arts field is dominated. Influential men in my life, there's a long list. See, what you're describing is a comprehensive man, and I coined the phrase because it didn't exist. Mm-hmm. As men, the gold standard in my neighborhood in Detroit was hyper-masculine. You got the girls, you got the money, you got the props. But the young man who say maybe wants to be a chef, and because he's in the kitchen trying to learn how to cook, society says that place is for a woman. You can't do that. And the hypocrisy behind that now is that the culinary arts field is dominated by men. So I answered your question specifically. You did. However, I would be wrong to say that I didn't have men in my life to shape me. I mean, I wouldn't be here without the plethora of men the Most High provided along the path. So yeah, so it's some amazing men of all ethnicity who have poured into me. Mm. Yeah, and when I say in such an impactful way, the Most High did it in a way where not one of them singularly can take credit for what he's done. Mm-hmm. Meaning he used a certain person until I reached here. Then another man came, then another man came, then another man came. And now I had to become that man to pour back into the next generation who needs men like me.
Right. Now, I would ask this because I've had the opportunity to sit knee to knee or across from individuals that have been pastors, have been, priests, have been doctors, have been, in their field, experts, right? And my common question to that is, why should men listen to you? Or why?
What is an expert? I don't believe in experts. There's no such thing as an expert. The only expert is God. What human being is an expert? Because is an expert somebody who never gets it wrong? Because they only want you to listen to experts because they're so-called an expert. So does that mean they don't never get it wrong? Because if that's the case, then there's no such thing as an expert.
Why should boys listen to you?
Scripture say be a living epistle. Basically, walk it out. I don't want them just to listen to me. I want them to watch me. They don't listen to what we say anyway. Mm-hmm. Children don't. They watch what we do. That's why they lost. And so I be what I want them to see. I don't have to speak it as much as I have to walk it. And that's where I believe the issue is for working with youth and men and young men for over 20 years. They see me personally when the lights are off, when I tell them to learn from the good that I do and the bad that I do. Mm-hmm. If you see me short with my wife and not patient, you don't do that. If you see me loving her, reconciling when I'm wrong, you see me sacrificing my body and my mind to pour into others, that's what we do. Mm. And so it's too much talk.
Yeah, I like that. When you see me being short with my wife, because that's what they'll highlight. Oh, look at Buddy. He a motivational speaker, but look at him talking to his wife. He's not perfect. He said, if you see me being short with my wife, don't take that. Chew the meat, spit out the fat. Don't accept that. When you see me being patient, when you see me pouring in the kids, accept that. Use that. So in this world, we always try to invalidate. We don't find the through line. We find the reason why not. We always look at a person and try to find the reason why not. Why not like this person? Playing God and with our own people, when you shouldn't do that. We all fall short of God's grace. So why do you get the ability to say whether a person is worthy or whether a person is an expert? I think it's just more experience and less experience. If you're a more experienced person at something, then I'll lend you my ear. I'll listen to you because I don't have that experience, but that don't mean you're an expert.
Even Yeshua, Jesus said the people don't believe because they don't see Cam, signs and wonders. See, the key is about living it out. Go therefore into all the nations. It's an action. Love is an action word anyway. I say love is all theory until it's been tested anyway. And so I don't want people to necessarily just follow what I say. Test my fruit.
Mm.
And when they test my fruit, they see, or they'll say then that the Lord is good.
In this directive of, certain practices and certain teachings, it's a constant reminder, because I was raised in church, right? Father was, still is a pastor, bishop, and Pentecostal, church all day. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
and I would be open to say this, even though my religion and Christianity gave me so much of a foundation of what and what not to do, it also handicapped me to being the first figure of judging. You know what I'm saying?
Break that down.
So there's a common phrase in church when I was going to church, that's not of God. That ain't of God. That ain't. And I would always question, but what does that mean? And when you talk to churchgoers, it's a holier than thou type of flow. I say all that to say, your practice is Christianity.
No.
What is it?
My practice, when you're talking about the cave of Adullam or who I am as a man,
yes,
it's servanthood. It's I'm a disciple of Christ. Christianity is a system. I am a Christ follower. You say if I'm a Christian, that literally means you're a Christ follower. I follow Christ, and I'm a servant of the Most High. Now, when you were talking about growing up in church as well, and people saying that's not of God, and this isn't of God, first and foremost, you got to know your word. Because people will always say things, and I test it with the scriptures. I always cross-reference what they say with the cross. The scriptures say, man's ways and his thoughts is not of the Most High. And so I always challenge that. People have told me, pastors, not to do the cave of Adullam, to do something else, because I think the Most High could use it that way. I went to his word, and I know I have the same Holy Spirit they say they have, and I followed him, and I'm here today. The biggest issue really isn't, again, I used to overgeneralize like all Christians are this, like I didn't come to church like you did. I hated Christians. I hated the church. I studied Islam, Egyptology, metaphysics, Hinduism, Buddhism. I would wait for the Jehovah's Witnesses to come to my door so that I could argue with them. All right. So just so you know, I wasn't raised.
Boy, you waited for the Jehovah's Witnesses to come. Hey, this is a different type of cat. If you open that door for a Jehovah's Witness and my mama found out, boy, look at here. Jehovah's Witness was like the warrant man. Niggas would be under the table. That's a Jehovah's Witness, boy, get out. You'd be like, and I was the kid that didn't know no better. What is a Jehovah's Witness? I opened the door. That's when my mama knew she couldn't send me to the door. I was too honest. Open the door. Yes. They'd be like, your mama home? I want to talk to your mama about the Jehovah's Witness. She told me to tell you she not here. I'll close the door. How many of y'all kids ever put y'all out like that? I'll go right to the door. Hello? Yes. Yeah, my mama told me to tell you she ain't home. Oh, yeah. Yeah, my mama told me to tell you ain't home and close the door. And I do exactly what mama told me. She ain't home. I close the goddamn door. So my mama stopped sending me to the door. She just told me to get down. Get down, boy. Jehovah's Witness come. You supposed to get down. So this is a different type of cat. Y'all know y'all snitched too. Y'all know y'all ain't know no better. Y'all know y'all told everything your mama said. Come on now, stop doing that. And that's when I know Joe Biden was declining. When you say read the line, when you reading the teleprompter, you declining. So I was on the way up. My brain wasn't fully developed yet. His brain was turning back into a baby brain. So my brain wasn't fully developed. And so I'm just doing what mama told me to do. She told me to tell him that she was gone. And I told him what she told me to tell him. So, it is what it is. Let's get back to the video.
He's in church. The Most High, he called me out of darkness in a way where it's undeniable, where he called me when I was 16. I had a dream in my room, and I don't want to really expound on that too tough, or do I have the time?
You have plenty.
Okay, brother. So here it is. I'm gifted producing music. At the time, my first brother had gotten killed when I was 3 years old. And the trauma of that affected my mother so greatly that growing up, specifically during that time period of 1974, she couldn't give to me the affection anymore, which is understandable.
Yeah.
My brother Larry was a beautiful soul. And so imagine a 3 or 4 year old boy walking around and his mother is different and he doesn't know why. And so I share that to say that led me to a path of unresolved anger because my father wasn't actively in my life. So any mention of church, I already had anger. Don't tell me about this loving father and my dad ain't here. Okay. So I had one dream and I never forgot it was an earthquake in my room and I fell off my bed and
the part right there where he said it helped me, because a lot of times things happen to us as adults, and it happened to men and it happened to women. It just so happened that it happened to his mother, a woman. And so I'm like, damn, hearing him say that, I had to swallow hard. I'm like, I struggle during holidays sometimes. I struggle during Thanksgiving. I struggle during Christmas. Sometimes I don't want to be around nobody. So sometimes that takes away from my children, me being in that negative spirit, me not thinking about, hey, I got to put on and make memories for my children. I got to make memories for my family, my legacy. And, you know, here I am caught up in, you know, upset about my mother not being here. And it's getting better, but sometimes it just something will remind me, a smell will remind me of something that she may have cooked. And I don't even want to be here. You know what I mean? So that helped me in a way, like, you know what? If that happened again, I'm going to be mindful of that. So I don't do that to my children. I don't want my child, you know, mistakenly or unknowingly to me, I'm not giving them the love that I'm supposed to give them because I'm caught up in my own trauma. And a lot of times, you know, and I can openly say that I know I've done that. So a lot of times with you women, I'm sorry to say it, I hope you guys can not be so prideful and not tell your kids, shut up, not shout down every black man who says something like this, because we all have our own individual mothers. We all have our own individual struggle. And that's what helped shape this brother. Now, thank God he ended up going the right way and going towards Christ. But remember, he said he had a brother get killed when he was 3. We don't know what happened. He had another brother get killed. So just be mindful as parents. After he said that helped me, for real talk. So be mindful as parents what you allow your children to see. You know, his mom had a very good reason, and it was understandable as an adult on what she did. But as a 3-year-old, as a 10-year-old, kids are never going to understand that. So that was my takeaway from this part.
And I looked up and I saw a soldier handing me a sword and said, "We need you to fight for us." I said, "No, you got the wrong brother," right? So when I went to get on my knees to get up, I see this image of Yahushua, or Jesus, who the world calls Jesus, like covered in blood and scarred. And at the time, I wasn't studying the scriptures. So the scriptures say he was beaten beyond recognition. So even worse than what we saw in the Passion for the Christ.
Yeah.
Passion of the Christ. That's what I saw. He was in so much pain and agony that I got up on my knees and hugged him. In that dream, he disappeared and that pain shot into me. I woke up and I see my mother running to leave to go to work. And I come out and say, "Ma, I had this dream. This is the first time I'm crying to my mother." And she says, she put her purse down. She says, "Jason, the Lord is calling you, but you're running." Brother, after that, constant, he's trying to get me. Because I said, "If you're real, show me."
Yeah.
Because I was upset at these churches. You know, you spend all this money on one building, but a mile radius around your building, people are starving. So things didn't add up to me. One situation, I was in a friend of mine.
And the reason why I say I can relate to this, I asked the pastor this one day. I'm like, how do you preach to people that are poor and you accept their donations? I never could understand that. You're pulling up here in a Mercedes and everybody else that you're speaking to is walking or either poor or they're barely scraping by. How come the God that lives through you and in your works don't reach these people and then they start to live better through you? Like, you know, I've gotten some stock tips. I've gotten some tips on Bitcoin that if I follow those things, then sometimes my account goes up. So if somebody is following a godly man and he's supposed to have Christ in him and you're following those ways, why are you still living in destitute? Why are you still struggling with so many things? I'm not saying that you're going to be perfect, but shouldn't it start to turn for you and you start to feel and see some of that, what the pastor is talking about? Because my thing is you're dedicating money, because God don't need your money, but you're putting money into a building fund when the building looked beautiful. You're putting money into this building. You're tithing 10% of your money. Why not start a foundation, put that 10% of your money in the foundation, and then let that be your offering to the people through your own foundation? Why do you have to give it to somebody else for them to be the steward over your money? You're telling me God wouldn't be pleased with you if you put 10% in a foundation and that way you can see in real time what your money is doing? Or do you have to give it to the church? I'm confused. So I would always ask these questions. A pastor would be talking, we would have Bible study on Wednesday, and the pastor would be talking to us about sex. And because, you know, when I was young, I'm looking at these girls in the church. I'm like, boy, they done bought these girls in here. Well, Lord have mercy. And you trying to focus on God, but this girl's in here. And so they're talking to us about sex and not doing it. Next thing you know, as a kid, 11, 12 years old, we find out that the deacon was sleeping with one of the other deacons' wives, and they had to step down and all this other stuff right there in the church. So I'm just like, okay, once that happened, I said, what do you struggle with? I started asking these questions. Okay, Pastor, I respect you. You teaching me all this stuff, but now you got to be more of a human. What do you struggle with? You're telling me you read this word and it gives you everything you need. You don't struggle with women. You don't struggle with nothing. I want you to be honest. What do you struggle with? And then I had a pastor tell me the truth. He said, I struggle with women. I struggle with the same things you struggle with. That's why I keep this Bible with me every day. And I can respect a person that can be honest. Most of these people, they act like they have it so put together and they just try to keep themselves in a position above you, and they're not. Most of these people fall short of God's glory all the time, and they feel comfortable doing it, and they stick around people that do it as well so they don't get judged for it. So most of these churches are like cults and like little cliques, and they do the exact same thing everybody else do. You just not invited to the cool kids party.
My truck, who NBA player now, well, retired, driving, truck flipped over. Make a long story short, he didn't come with me to the studio because we was doing music together because his mother told him someone had to get in an accident. That someone was me. And she told me then, I said, is this true? She says, yeah, he's calling you, but you're running. My friend at the time had money, would pay for pastors to come down and talk to me because he was going to the league. And I still like, nah, I don't want to live this way. And I end with this. I met my wife, had a child out of wedlock, and I needed insurance for my child. I put my music career on hold, started working. One day she called me. I was just in a bad mood, brother. I was working minimum 10 hours a day. The worst shift ever, from 2:30 to 2:30 in the morning. That's like afternoons and midnights combined, brother. Yeah. And she says, Jason, don't lose the faith. I said, God ain't real. I said, if he was real, why did he gift me with all of these gifts and talents? And I'm here working in this Coca-Cola factory. I said, he fake. The only sun gonna come through the clouds is Ra, because I was studying Egyptology as well. And I hung the phone up. 10 minutes later, brother, I went to unload a high-low truck like I always would. But this time the driver didn't lock the brakes on the truck bed. I hit the truck. The weight of the high-low pushed the truck bed away from me, and I dropped down with this high-low. I got 2 herniated discs to this day that I suffer with. I fell off. I looked up at the sky. I cried. I said, I'll never go against you again. That day, I did a 180. I went from listening to secular hip-hop to Fred Hammond, blasted in my Yukon. You can ask my wife. I was locked in. That's why I'm resolute in what I do for him. I don't allow people opinions and what they feel that God told them to tell me. First and foremost, prophecy, you need to confirm what he spoke into my life, not tell me something he ain't telling me. And so I understand how it works because I spoke into my life, not they feel that God told them to tell me. First and foremost, prophecy, you need to confirm what he spoke into my life, not tell me something he ain't telling me.
I used to always wonder, why is God wasting his time telling you something he can tell me? If I'm God's son too, why he ain't just talking directly to me? Why he need to go to you? I need a lawyer representative to talk to God, or a pastor representative. I didn't think we needed that. So yeah, he said, you need to confirm, not tell me what he's telling you. You need to confirm what he told me, what he has for me. So yeah, I like that. I like that.
So I understand how it works because I studied it. And then when you see the Most High do miraculous things in your life, if CNN or Fox News came out and said the word of God, we just proved that it's not real, don't make me no difference because I know it is. And so that's what I stand on. And that's why I'm even here with you. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't have got a call. I'm not here for no money. I'm a servant. He said, go see my son, Cam. I ran into Omari. You've been on my heart, brother. Even my son, you was his favorite player. He reminded me of that. You see? And he crossed my paths I was at the BET Summit. And then I see Omari. He says, hey, man, we got to get you, get you on. And here I am, all because I chose to follow him.
I received that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times, we fall in love with the content, but not the context.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? And I've definitely, seen certain things, and I'm like, okay. And now, having this opportunity, one of the content pieces that I did see was the thing that you did on Shannon Sharp, right? In long story short, if nobody's seen it, it's about temptation. Can we speak about that?
Yeah, for sure. One of the greatest downfall of man is what? Lust, sexual temptation. And unfortunately, we're unaware that science has shown us that lust, when you're a slave to it, it negatively impacts the prefrontal cortex, which affects our decision-making skills. So you look at David in his life, here it is, he's king. He had a concubine, right? Okay, many wives.
No.
Yeah, he did. 100, listen to me.
No, not concubine.
Concubines, I'm sorry.
Okay, there
plural.
you go. There you go.
Now.
Yeah, David was an interesting character because as I'm learning, and I was talking to somebody about David, and I didn't know that David was a man who was so driven by lust that he ended up getting his soldiers killed so he can have his wife. And before this happened, when I was talking to somebody about it, I thought David killed the person, but this brother said they put the husband on the front lines so that he can get killed. But that just goes to show you how all this stuff that people put on Instagram, you putting your wife up on Instagram in yoga pants with her stuff showing, with her breast showing. Men are getting up there, showing themselves. That lustful nature, you never know what man is supposed to think that his wife, your wife should be his. You never know what you don't want a woman that wants to show everything she got when she's supposed to be your wife. You can do it, but I'm just telling you, if you look back in the story of David, even in the Bible, when a man lusted after a woman and saw what he thought he should have, he got that man killed for that woman. So that you got to be careful, be mindful of that.
Look what it did to his mind. One of his warriors. Where I'm from, that's a worthy offense to kill David. You're gonna sell out your boy for some sex?
Was it Bathsheba?
Yeah.
And a lot of these cats today, majority of them are like David. They lust after their homeboy's girl. They will snitch on their homeboy to get his girl. They would do, and these dudes are running in groups with beautiful women and letting their boys see them with other women, and then wonder why their relationships are going so bad. I'm like, not only are you cheating, so that's already bad, but two, you got other men that compete with you, seeing what you're doing. All they gonna do is hit that line. Look. I know he messing with Keisha. You might well give me some. So no, you can't. Since it's been written, men compete. You should not have a bunch of men hanging with you. I don't understand why. And Cam is looking at him like, Cam didn't know he was gonna get a tongue lashing in this whole interview, but Cam was looking like, because Cam said he liked David, but David was a no good son of a gun. I wouldn't hang around no dude like David at all.
And Uriah was the warrior. Because he couldn't get away with it, he had Uriah. Joab put Uriah on the front lines to get him killed. I say that because here it is, 2025. We still struggle with the same thing. My second brother was murdered, major drug dealer, millionaire. The easiest way to set up any man, easiest way to get an attractive woman. We so foolish in the mind that we led by our penis, the lust, no sexual self-control. And so when I saw Brother Shannon, and because I don't meet these brothers, I don't speak on things that I don't know. I think that's unfair to them. I've seen someone do that about me. It's like, you don't even understand what I was going through with my mother. All I could speak on was just the lack of sexual self-control that we all need. I see it affect the boys that I work with, how you have good fathers, but because of the lack of sexual self-control, or even deeper, brother, it falls into a lack of self-love. If we really deal on a psychological level, what makes you become a Lothario, or a man who's promiscuous, that he doesn't even value his own temple, that he got to sleep with everyone else for affirmation. When I see the damage that it does to his sons, and then the ill effects of that in their graves, and then how statistics show us that homes without fathers, the boys are at a greater risk of being incarcerated, and the daughters are more likely to have, to get pregnant young, and then also reach puberty before it's time, which is now linked, scientists say, is linked to depression. And so the reason I wanted to speak on it, which is to have what is are at a greater risk of, and how statistics show us that homes without fathers, the boys are at a greater risk of being incarcerated, and the daughters are more likely to have, to get pregnant young, and then also reach puberty before it's time, which, like affirmation, man who's promiscuous, that he doesn't even value his own temple, that he got to sleep with everyone else for affirmation. When I see the damage that it does to his sons, and then the ill effects of that in their graves, and then how statistics show us that homes without fathers, the boy.
Damn, man. So if we ain't there, the kids get bad grades. The little girls hit puberty faster, and it's linked to our sons may be more likely to go to prison, all because we ain't there. Damn. And so one would have to ask us then, okay, let's just say that. Men, we ain't shit. Let's just say that. Men, we ain't shit for not being there knowing these statistics. I'll raise my hand and say, I ain't shit. I've created households that I'm not in. Okay. Then that means the government and these television shows ain't shit either, because they promote single motherhood. That means a lot of you women ain't shit either, because you're so narcissistic in your mind about showing that you can do it on your own, that you promote single motherhood. So a lot of us ain't shit. If you can't raise your hand and look at statistics and say, damn, I was a part of the problem. It ain't the fact that I didn't want to create it. I did, though. And I can raise my hand and say I did. So with those statistics that I just heard, I'm no longer proud. I'm not saying, oh, I'm a single dad. I'm a bad motherfucker. I'm a single dad out this bitch. I'm not saying that, because those statistics make me want to wait till I have a wife so I can say I'm a married man and I done had a children inside a wedlock. That's when I'm going to shout and I'm going to be happy. Yes, I have kids already about to go pick up one of my daughters. But the fact that these stats are real, and I've heard this over and over again. I looked it up when Obama said it. If these stats are real, which they are, then maybe we got to stop praising situations just because we are in that situation. We got to stop praising situations just because maybe our child succeeded. When this man, if you look at the overall thing of what he's saying, this is one man in a house with a single parent household. 2 boys got killed, 1 found Christ. Are those good numbers? 2 dead, 1 found Christ. Are those good numbers? And what we have done lately is we go prop up the best of the situation that is horrible. We'll go get Kevin Durant and prop him up and say, he come from a single mama. Look, we doing good. We'll go get LeBron James. Look, we don't even want to know who his daddy is. LeBron James is doing good. Come from a single mother. But if you look at the overall grand scheme of things, and it's not a black thing, he did not say this only happens to kids that are black in a single mother household. He didn't say this only happened to daughters that are black. He said single parent led households. That's what he said. So let's not make it a black thing and a white thing. If these numbers are across the board, then we can't be praising something with so much negative things attached to it. We can't praise that no more. We gotta start marrying before we carry, me included. I gotta be more mindful of what I do with my penis and getting jizzle in women. And then women, you gotta be more mindful, Cardi B, and not just go out here and meet a man and inside of a year you having this baby while he having another baby with another person. And then you're going to say black men ain't shit because you chose to have a baby with a man that showed you who he was. It don't make no sense. So we got to stop, put our egos and our pride to the side. Yeah, I think I'm the shit. Yeah, I think my daughters and my kids are the shit. But at the end of the day, just because my children hadn't met those requirements and those statistics, I still can't champion and raise my hand like, okay, just because my kids made it, then fuck it, this is the right thing to do. No. Thank the Lord, right now, my kids have never been in prison or jail or anything like that. Thank the Lord. But my daughters did reach puberty early. That is a fact. My daughters don't know anything about men in that sense because right when they turned into the teenage years, that's when me and mama started beefing. So they don't even know how to deal with a man. The only thing they know about a man is what they was told by some other woman that got tricked by a man. So that's why you hear a lot of people. I heard my daughter say, a man's supposed to do this. I looked at her and said, what you know about what a man's supposed to do? You ain't been around no men. What do you know about what a man's supposed to do? So what he's saying is important, and I hope men and women alike hear this and say, at the best case, you should want to be married before you have a child. But if that's not going to happen, if you're going to have a baby, then we got to stop doing it like we just saw Brittany Renner did it with her baby daddy, PJ Washington, a man who is better suited to take care of this child, that has a new wife, that has the ability, that has all the money in the world to take care of this kid. But we got to watch a baby go through trauma because of some woman can't figure out her life and what she wants. She was just subservient to a man looking down in a religion like she was all about that. And now she back outside with tights right in the middle of the crease of her coochie. She had football games trying to look for another young boy to extract money from, because that's what it's about, money. We're not having Hennessy and liquor babies no more, because that's what we used to have. We used to have Hennessy and liquor babies. Now we ain't having Hennessy and weed babies. We had Molly and Percocet babies. That's the ones that's shooting up the streets now, the Molly Percocet babies. And we also having the check babies. This baby just a check. So this baby gets no love if this baby don't bring us a check. And that's sad, because there's some fathers out there that really, really want to be with their kids. They've made the mistake of having a kid outside of wedlock, but they really want a shot at being a good father. But they got to deal with an immature woman. And that ain't fair to nobody. Most of my friends couldn't keep their family together. It's hard in all communities, but kids can still be guided from the father, even if they're not all under the same roof. Absolutely, Paul, but that takes maturity. That takes people to put aside their differences for the greater good of the children. And what our community have been so immature when it comes to raising children. And I think the court, if I had anything to do with the court system, the only person that would get the child is a person that don't mind the other person seeing the child. Any parent that I saw was willing to meet the other parent halfway, or willing to bring the kid to the other parent, the kid, parent that's responsible and can do for the kid without the other one, that's where the kid is placed. It's no questions about it. The other one would be a visitor. You can come anytime you want, just give notice. But unless there's some violence happen. But other than that, the kid would go to the person that's more likely to easily transition the kid back and forth. It'd be seamless. Anybody who trying to argue and fight, you lost your privilege to see that kid, because I'd rather not see trauma than just bullshit that some of these parents do.
Are at a greater risk of being incarcerated, and the daughters are more likely to to get pregnant young, and then also reach puberty before it's time, which is now linked.
I'm gonna take me a swagger-dash break, because I know I just pissed some people off, because there's so many people think that they're all one person like there's some big woman's group and then y'all are all together, knowing damn well if Chris Brown say, hey, look here, I'm gonna pick one of y'all. Now you two pick and be happy for your sister. All y'all gonna pick your damn self. So ain't no sisterhood like that. So stop. It's an individual case by case situation.
They scientists say it's linked to depression. And so the reason I wanted to speak on it was not to condemn Brother Shannon. Was like, look, what can we learn from my brother?
Yeah.
You know, and we're so quick in society, as you were saying, look at the content, but not the context.
What you can learn from Shannon is how he do it, how he do it. That's how you learn from Shannon, how he do it. Oh no, I'm just bullshit. You can learn a lot from Shannon, and in Shannon's situation, he gonna break it down. It was a very unfortunate situation. He gonna break it down. That was comic relief.
This has been going on for centuries.
Yeah.
Why does it keep happening? Brother was on his way to sign what, a $40 million contract for a podcast, or more than that? Yeah, okay. And we still, not him, we see a good looking woman that just happened to us. I want to hit that.
Mm-hmm.
The scriptures say a man without self-control is like a city without walls. You know, in ancient times, the walls were the protection.
Woo! They say a man without self-control is like a city that don't have walls. Man, boy, I know I got some self-control, because boy, look at here. And I ain't just talking about the sex thing. When you make so much money so early and people say disparaging things about you, you young and you immature mind, and you have a lot of money. This is what a lot of these young rappers are faced with. They're young, they're making a lot of money, a lot of bravado, a lot of ego, and you have people around you that don't know how to make said money, but want to make some money, and they see that person saying something about you as a problem. A lot of people proposition you for a lot of things. And so if you're not mature enough, if you're not patient enough, if you don't know how to handle those situations, you can find yourself in a world of trouble really quickly. And I think a lot of these rappers, that's what's happening to them. So you gotta be patient. You gotta not give a dang what nobody think. I really don't care what nobody think. And don't think just because I curse you out about what you say that I actually care. It actually makes me feel good to curse you out. Yeah, some people like to curse. I'm a cusser. I like cursing. But I know some people think, well, what, if you ain't worried about it, why you said something about it? Because I felt like, simple as that.
The city. Mm-hmm. So without self-control, your mind is impenetrable to sin, your weaknesses, your flaws. You can't even have the foresight or the wisdom to see that if I make this decision, this is going to cost me not only my wife, my family, not only my reputation, not only my business, but for most importantly for me, the scriptures say our God is blasphemed amongst the Gentiles because of us. Mm-hmm. I got too much to lose, hence why I teach men it ain't good enough just to be in love with your wife. To lose, hence it's blasphemed among business. But for most importantly for me, the scriptures say our God is blasphemed amongst the Gentiles because of us. Mm-hmm.
Man, that was cold. Basically what he's saying is, I got too much to lose. I represent my God. And if I bring shame to myself, then I bring shame to my God. And then people that are not Christian can use that against God. So that's what he's saying. That's why so many pastors can't really live that pastor life. So many people fall short because they want to use that line. Oh, ain't nobody perfect, but you don't got to do that though. Yeah, why don't you just have a lustful eye? That's a sin. You don't got to go all the way. But the way this brother broke that down, that's how most people should be moving. Even with your families, I'm not going to move like that. Ladies, I'm not going to just sleep with you for no money. If you send me a money phone, nigga, I'm going to slap you the next time you send me something like that. You disrespected me. I'm not a prostitute. That's what a woman would say. But now a nigga could just show a girl some money and she gets excited. Some, not all. She gets excited because she don't know no better. And if once you place a value on it, then now everybody don't talk to you. They just come. There's a lot of people making a lot of money. If that's what it takes, there you go. So you become a entity. You're no important as this lighter. I bought this big lighter for like $2.98. It had a price on it I was willing to pay. And somebody's always willing to pay that price. So once you label yourself something, you start taking something for your most prized possession, then you've just caught yourself into something. You're an entity now. You're no better than this lighter.
I got too much to lose, hence why I teach men it ain't good enough just to be in love with your wife. That's going to keep you on the path. You got to fear the Most High. We have this concept as men, I'm going to hold you accountable, bro. You hold me accountable, right? Mm-hmm. That's impossible. Unless I plan.
Boy, I had to highlight that comment right there. Whoa, Keisha in love. That's what I'm talking about. My kind of woman. She said, girls get excited about money. Grown women go get money. That's why I like grown women. And salute to you, Keisha. I was waiting on a woman to say something. And I'm glad you didn't turn up on me or try to get mad at me. This is the type of woman I would be around. I wouldn't be around a woman that make funky ass comments. You talking about black women? Because you understand that you ain't all black women. And you understand that you've seen some of your friends or somebody you know turn up for that money. You've seen women say, give me that money. So once you put a label and a price tag on it, you are just as important as this big lighter. Because guess what? I can buy this one. And guess what? I can buy another one. You're just as important as that big lighter. Just saying. So salute to you, young lady, for putting that up there.
To live every second of my day with you. The only one can hold us accountable, truly, truly, is the Holy Spirit, the Spirit of the Most High. What we can do is hold each other responsible. So if I need accountability when I ain't around y'all, when I ain't with my wife, who's beautiful, intelligent, industrious, my right hand with our nonprofit, why would I want to ever risk that? But more so, my life is over once my actions cause his name to be blasphemed. So I tell men, the key to controlling that first actions cause his name. But more so, my life is over once my actions cause his name to be blasphemed. Life is over once my actions cause his name to be blasphemed.
Man, only if we all had that type of accountability. That's the true accountability that most of your pastors now won't preach in the pulpit. That's the accountability that won't allow this man probably to ever go to a freak off. That's the accountability. That's the accountability that you want from a leader. Not a fake Charleston White running around here double dutching and hiding and running from whatever he say. Over here he say this, over here he say that, over here he say this, over there they say that. That's somebody that's just trying to get a check. Oh shit, I got the weed on my shirt. Come on, man, don't be raggedy like that now. Dang, man. Don't be raggedy like that. But anyway, when Zion Williams went crazy with strippers, he admitted it was all the money. Yep. Salute to you, Paul. But yeah, man, I like what this brother just said. That's the accountability that you're supposed to have.
So I tell men, the key to controlling that first is to dig deep. Why you got to be promiscuous? Why do you feel that you got to sleep with every woman you see? Where does that come from? And typically when you...
Do you see what these women wearing? I mean, we don't got to be promiscuous, but boy, look at here. I saw a girl in the store yesterday. She was just a wumble. And I just found my head just doing like this as I was walking down the aisle. I was like, oh, I had to snap out of it and then go get the cereal. But that thing, wumble. I'm like, what is up with these? You know what I think it is? Whoever is making these clothes is the devil. They understand men and they understand our nature, and they making clothes Because these women are not even working out. They're just going to the grocery store. Even grandmas are wearing this shit. Grandmas in yoga pants showing that monkey. I'm like, God, dog. Does anybody cover up the monkey or the boo-boo today? It don't make sense, but it makes sense. I think the people who are making clothes don't like women. And they keep women looking like a state to men, knowing that we're going to fall short. I think it's a lot of people that do not like women making this stuff, because nobody should see somebody's wife the way I saw somebody's wife the other day. I'm like, ma'am, I see your nipples. Like I like a nigga be seeing a woman from behind and be like, damn, what's up, shawty? And then, oh, I got a ring on. It's like, damn, well, why is the first thing that I see is your ass? If you somebody's wife, I can see if you out here trying to catch, because you damn sure caught me on that. I'm like one of them goddamn tunas trying to get off. You got me. But if you married, why you still showing all that if you ain't trying to catch? I don't get it. I don't get it. Y'all got to help me with that one. Why every day I walk out this house in beautiful Atlanta, I'm seeing a woman's vagina from the back? I can see your underwear. White ladies, it ain't just black women. It's white ladies, it's every color woman. It's not even an age on this shit now. It's grandmas in the goddamn Home Depot. It's grandmas in Home Goods when I'm trying to stack the Airbnb. 55, 60-year-old women in yoga pants. And I'm like, what the hell? I never wanted to fuck somebody's grandma before, but damn. Okay, that's enough. Kwame, you tripping. Let me go on mute.
Get men to really dig deep, come from a father wound, never really getting affirmation from their dad or affection from their mother, which is the mother wound as well. Mm-hmm. Abuse, abandonment. This makes us feel good. It's the dopamine. But every time you get caught, you have a divestment of dopamine. And we're like sheep going to the slaughter. As Solomon, who else couldn't control himself, lost the kingdom over some sex, brother. And that's what I want brothers to see. But that's why I try to dig deep, because we just want to just deal with the sex piece. It's not that. It's what we don't really love ourselves, especially. I used to just think it was just us, but it's a man thing. It's brothers of all walks of life, different shades of color. We've been conditioned to be performers. From us, as far as slavery, it's just doing what master say. Boy, get over there and have sex with Sheba. I need another slave nigga. And you go do that. That intergenerational behavior travels down the lineage.
Oh, hell no. So you saying somebody in my family was a breeder back in the day of slaves, and that's why I be thinking about it? That's deep. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't understand. I think we're getting a lot of help though from these people that's making these clothes to cause this dysfunction. I'm telling you, boy. Hey, listen. You can go to the Whole Foods right now, and I'm like, I'm gonna go to Whole Foods. I ain't gonna go to Walmart. I'm just gonna go in the Whole Foods, run in there real quick. It's gonna be straight. Boy, you go in the Whole Foods. These ladies, I'm talking about. From white to Chinese I'm talking about, they ain't wearing almost nothing. Who is making these clothes where you can see woman's G-string while they walking? They need to start giving y'all ladies tickets for indecent exposure or something. Like, damn. Because now they done took it to where you are a creep if you just walk up to them and say, damn, you fine as hell. Like, I ain't finna cheat. I ain't finna do nothing, but I do want to appreciate something beautiful that I see. Back in the day in the 90s, you used to be able to say, damn, girl, that ass fat. Now that would be like a sex crime. That'd be like man act. Back in the day, you could tell them, because I'm like a baby, I only say something about what I see. I ain't go to college, so it's like big ass, that's all I know. But I would do it in a way where I'm complimenting you, like, God dang, girl, you the best peach in this store or something. But you can't do that now, even though they half naked. I just want to know, is it like a self-esteem issue? I know you can wear what you want, but is it like a self-esteem issue that makes somebody only get attention from a man if their coochie and their booty is showing? Because some of these girls, I wouldn't look at them. I mean, they face all right, but I wouldn't look at them if they was fully clothed. Like, I'm literally only double taking because they only got so little on. It looked like a dermis layer of your skin. And, I can't help what I look at. So I will admit, if they wasn't so naked, I probably wouldn't look. So do y'all think that's a self-esteem issue or something? You say what? You better hope that big ass comes with a good heart. No, I don't want it. I just want to compliment them. That's all. I don't want it. Back in the day, I wanted it. Boy, look at him. But no. That big ass come with problems. That's all I think about. That shit problem. But do you think it's a self-esteem issue that where you want to show? Because you know what a man wants. You know what happens when a man see all that. And these women act as if they don't want male attention, which you're going to get naked like that. So do you think it's a self-esteem issue? Because I wouldn't do things that I know is going to, like, I know that if I go walk around Atlanta, if I go to the Bluff and I put a big ass chain on and I put a big old watch on, I'm going to get a lot of attention, probably that I don't want. But probably if I come over there, I'm going to get attention for me being tall if I come over there like this. A nigga might ask me, nigga, what the hell you doing over there? Oh, man, I'm delivering something. I might be able to get a pass, get the hell on from over there. But if I got a big chain on and a watch on that's bling blinging, and that coochie and that, you know what, is like a big chain and a big whatever. These niggas are trying to swindle you out of it. They'll say whatever they want to say to get it, ladies. They'll say whatever they gotta say. That down there and everything you got is like a big blinking light. It's like a chain and a watch, and they'll steal it from you if they can. So you got to know that. So why show it? It's not. I don't walk around just showing my bank account. You shouldn't just walk around showing your vagina, even though you got a right to, even though you can. But you shouldn't. You shouldn't. I'm just telling you. Because niggas coming up to you with bad intentions because of what you shown. I'm telling you that right now. You can say you can wear whatever you want, but once you show a lion steak, a lion can only think about eating. And now you have intelligent lions. They know not to just show you they thirsty for it. They just gonna sit back. You setting yourself up for failure. Yep. You setting yourself up dressing like that. A man will just sit back now and wait. But once he tests out the goodies, he gone. And then you wonder why he switched up on you so quick. He never switched up. He only wanted what you showed him. He only wanted what you showed him. If I just walk around showing women my bank account, it's going to be some women come up to me just to get what's in that bank account. But if I just walk around like a normal person and get to know a person, then maybe a person would like me and they get the perks of what's in that bank account. And now that's just a perk. But if I just walk around and with my bank account on display, imagine how many girls I'm going to just get just because of what's in that bank account. Treat your body like your bank account. Don't show everything that's in your bank account. Ladies, please, whoever told you you could wear what you want, they setting you up. Niggas just been waiting to hit that ad. I don't give a damn how long it takes. Them niggas can wait for a week. They can wait a month. They can wait 3 months. But you already showed them what they wanted from day one. So it don't matter if you do it day one or your 90-step program like Steve Harvey told you to do. This nigga's already locked in. He zeroed in on that camel foot when you was just walking through that grocery store. And he done walked aisle to aisle looking and probably visualized every angle he gonna hit you from. And he don't give a damn how long it take. Trust me, he gonna get it because you done let him lock in. And he's now processing with his mind. Whatever he gotta say and do, he gonna do. So you set yourself up for that. Do not do that. Regardless of whether you agree with what I'm saying or not, because I could be wrong, but I just think this is setting yourself up for that. Okay? And I know some people going to say, that's a misogynistic, quasinistic way to think. But I'm just telling you, that's what's going to happen, though. Okay?
And brothers like us with influence, if we don't say it, they don't, no, more so than say it, if we don't show it, They don't do it.
Can we take it there?
You the one with the iPad, brother. I don't have no notes. I came here for you.
Say less.
You my guy.
Let's take it down. I think I'm more relatable to Shannon Sharp than the average man. Life's all about leveling up. Whether I'm handling business on the field or kicking back in my zone. I like to celebrate with cigars that match the moment. That's why I linked up with Famous Cigars to bring you guys a crazy deal. Yeah, you heard that right. 8 top-rated cigars at $1. 80 cents. Oh shit, it's 19. So celebrate / there's a person who got it without for a person in this particular situation. It's easy for a person to condemn. It's easy for a person to kind of look at a situation and say what they wouldn't do without having the opportunity to do. Shannon Sharp was a person who got exposed.
Hey, I used to think what Cam think, right? Cam seemed to think that just because he played football, he got access to all the women in the world. Here's what Cam don't know. Cam, do you not know that there's men that work around women every single day? Do you not know that there's doctors that get a rotation of nurses every other year or two that comes in and do residency at their hospital? Do you not know the PE coach? Do you not know you can go to AAU games? You can have an AAU team and you can see all the mamas, the kids' mamas right there. That's temptation. That's access. Do you not know that police officers and firefighters, they're always around women? I don't know where it happens in a lot of people's mind, a lot of these athletes' mind, that they think that just because they play a sport that they are always around women, when most times you're around dudes more than you are women. There's a window of time that we guys get to be around women. Sometimes these guys are around women all the time. All the time. When I retired, I've been around women more so retired than I am around when I was playing basketball. I done went on some real estate seminars, and I done went on some of these little events that they have, because that's where all the women at, these little speaking engagements. Ooh, Lord, have mercy. Ain't nothing but women at these speaking engagements. And I'm telling you, AAU, if you create an AAU team right now, somebody in the chat, husband got an AAU team. Do you not know it's women out there that'll have sex to get their kid in the game, to get their kid a starting position, and their mama be fine? I'm telling you, Cam, you are so off back bases with the way you thinking about it. You had to go in the locker room and had to throw footballs around for hours. The girl you get done been got already. She done been got already by the nigga she working around, by the nigga she hanging with. You sleep with who you are around. And more often than not, these women have been around people in the real world more so than on a football field or a basketball court. We get them late, dog. We gonna get them, but we gonna get them late. They done been got. Trust me.
Used by an opportunist. Some would say. Some would also say, hey, no, what he did was not right. He has to be held responsible for his actions. The thing that
Cam talking about the beautiful, famous model type women. Oh, you mean the type like Cassie that everybody had a turn with because of Diddy? Do you mean that type that'll pull up with a man and leave with another man in front of that man? You mean that fine model type? Man, you better get you something with some substance, man. Fine model type my ass. Come on now, stop playing with me. Like I said, they done been had before. And P. Diddy got her off Ryan Leslie, who was a guy that was working with her in real life, and she already been had before the mogul or the big guy got to her. So once again, I'm right.
I always have as a resource in my life is my father. My father has been married for 40 plus years. He tells us that every Sunday dinner, right? My mother only knows my father. Mm-hmm. My mother's father introduced my father to his calling as a pastor. And when we have heart-to-heart conversations about my inability to get married or settle down, the things that are kind of brushed away is like, oh, you don't have self-control. Mm-hmm. You don't have discipline. Mm-hmm.
So Cam Newton is a pastor child with 3 baby mamas. That explained that boy a freak. He a pastor child. He a PK, huh? Preacher's kid. They be trying to prove that they down, boy. Let me shut my goddamn mouth. But listen here, man. Growing up in the hood, I never understood why everybody want opposite of what they got. We used to have people. I used to want to go over to St. Simon's. I used to want to go over to Jacob. I used to want to get the fuck out of the hood. I know what go on the fuck down here. It ain't nothing good. I always be wanting to go. But every time I met a friend or met somebody, they always wanted to come to my neighborhood. What the fuck you want to come over here for? I don't even want to be over here. Y'all got nice grass. Y'all got all the shit we don't got. But I didn't realize until I got older that we got everything they got in the hood. We got fun. It's fun. It's some fun shit in the hood. It's some fun time. We got culture. We didn't have as much shooting as they doing nowadays, but might get your ass whooped. But they be bored. They be bored to death. They look at the hood as excitement. And now what they're doing is making the hood mainstream. It's exciting to see somebody talk gangster and talk hood. And it's exciting to see them get locked up because it ain't your life. So you have these suburb kids now, instead of going to the hood, they have the internet so that they can watch you. And the more you act hood and the more stupid you act, the more money they pour into you because they want to live vicariously through you. They always want to come to the hood. The good girls, they don't want to go out to the suburbs and stay in the suburbs. First thing they want to do is they want to come where I'm from. They want to touch that stove, see if it's hot. I never understood that. And that's why a lot of young dudes, I think a lot of these thugs are failed basketball players, failed football players, and failed rappers. As soon as these guys fail at the sport that they try, because you got the only way in our community they think you can make it is to be football, basketball, baseball. They really don't try that no more because it's only a few and it's expensive as hell. So they think you can only make it football, basketball, and rapping. And the moment a young man don't make it in one of those things, having a job is lame in this society. So they just turn into a thug because whether they broke or not, they can at least get some vagina. For whatever reason, a girl won't sleep with a nigga at McDonald's, but they'll sleep with a nigga that sleep on their couch. I never understood that. They'll talk shit about it. Nigga, you ain't got nothing. Nigga, you work at McDonald's. But the nigga they sleeping with, they bring him back to McDonald's from the nigga that tried to holler at him at McDonald's while he's sleeping on their couch. It's a weird dynamic. But it's interesting that Cam Newton grew up with a pastor father, a mother that only knew the father, but yet and still Cam is not unmarried. And I'm not judging him. He's unmarried. Maybe he looked at his father's life and was like, shit, hell no. I don't want to be that. Because if he looked at it as an example to live by, then he would do it. So maybe he didn't like that Christianity teaching and all that. It's insulting for someone who didn't come from struggle to brag about struggle. Oh my God, I'm trying to tell you. That shit used to be annoying. That's why I didn't want to meet nobody. I don't want to come down to the hood. No. But yeah, I just don't understand. I don't know. If he thought what his father was doing the right thing, then you would mirror your father. But what happens is Cam Newton probably grew up in a locker room. There's a lot of temptation. I probably would have been fucking with him too. If I would have saw a preacher's kid in the locker room, I'd have been messing with him. PK, preacher kid. Y'all be quiet, y'all. We can't do nothing around the little PK. And what I found out is that when you pick on people that are preachers' kids, they'll do everything you picked on them about. They'll prove to you they tough. The women will prove to you that the God will go out the window. It's unbelievable. the amount of pressure it is on kids that come from fathers that are prominent. And I think a lot of those kids, they I don't know what they can do for those kids, but a lot of those kids end up living secret, fucked up lives. Not all, but a lot of them do. Um, a lot of them get on drugs because they don't want to deal with the pressure of, they feel like their life was robbed from them because they don't get a chance to be a regular kid, because kids pick on them based on, your daddy is who he is or your mom is who she is. And it's fucked up, but that's just the way it is. I Show Speed is one. Oh yeah, a lot of them fucked up. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. They go through a lot of, and then the sad part about those type of kids, they'll do the worst stuff and they know better. They know better, but they'll still do it because it's like they tired of living that little whole Christian stuff. So that's what it be most time. Not all, most.
But I ask this, and I say it to you also too, Mr. Jason. When you go certain places, like people really wouldn't know who you are, respectfully.
Mm-hmm. You're wrong. No, go ahead.
No,
I'm just messing with you.
I'm trying to make a point.
Yes, sir.
And the point is, when you talk or when there's discussions about how a man can fall victim,
yes,
it's and let me go back because that did not sound right.
No, I appreciate it. I know where you're
talking. I'm not talking to you per se, but I'm talking
to the average man, right?
No. These are conversations that I have with my father.
No. I'm saying I like. Listen, brother. Yeah. I appreciated what you said.
Yeah.
I apologize for interrupting. Yeah. I'm saying I understand where you're going. Meaning, you brothers, the temptation is greater. Am I correct?
No, that is absolutely right.
Okay, great.
But it's one of those things that when I had these discussions with my father, a person who is the most influential person in my life, there's not things where it's like, yeah, but it's always with a but though. And going like, this is the topic of Shannon Sharp, right? And I'm not saying what Shannon Sharp was good, bad, or indifferent. What I am saying is I can relate to falling victim to the lust. And through that, when going back to the discussion of like, hey, when you go places, nobody really would know. But for me, that's a part of my lifestyle, mixing, mingling, networking, being in different places and saying, hey, man, we got to go to dinner. Dinner leads to different opportunities. Hey, let's talk about business. All right, cool. Whether it's on a golf course, whether it's in a conference room, whether it's at a bar, whether it's wherever. Business can be taking place any place. And I think the tough part is when you're actually in that situation.
Hey, fellas, y'all hear that now? Cam meeting these ladies during these business meetings now. So when y'all girls talking about, I'm just doing business, I'm networking. They doing business and networking, all right. Cam there to do business and network.
If you knew what you would find out, you definitely wouldn't do. But to say, hey, you don't have discipline, that's a little triggering given the circumstances that one person has been in versus another person being in. And that's all I say.
Okay, good.
Hey, Cam. No disrespect, bro. But didn't he have a baby with a stripper? So Cam, somebody got to her first. So what I'm saying to you is, you're not the only guy who has access to women. That's not an excuse. I have access to a lot of women as well. And I do my best, and I have to turn down situations because I know that's not good for me. So it's just not about access and opportunity. He thinks in his mind, just because who he is as a football player is giving him that access. I'm telling you right now, it's a coach at my high school. Everybody know this coach. It's a coach at my high school. He ran through damn near every teacher. He ended up marrying a girl a little bit older or the same age as his damn daughter. That's how this dude for years. He was at the school for my brother's generation, my brother. So he was at the school for over 30-something years, slaying teachers and pros and everybody they bring through there. So I don't know why you think just because you're a football player that just gives you this grandiose access to women. Like, no. And then now everybody got access. I can literally have access to Meg Thee Stallion. I don't mean she gonna respond, but I can tweet her right now. Meg, come here, girl. But you act as if just because you're Cam Newton. That's why my brother laughing at you. He like, you just don't get it. He looking at you like, nigga, you just don't get it, Cam. Like, just because you're Cam, that don't mean you the only nigga that got access to women, bro. Cam is wearing slippers. It's all about the wallet, Cam. Hey, beautiful one, crazy. Shout out to beautiful one. I just know that look on this brother face right here. He looking like, you just don't understand, son. That's that look. That look right there. Son, you just don't understand.
You were wrong about me going places and not being recognized. Maybe not to your level, of course. Shouldn't be as equal as that. But I've been in situations in LA with my brother Matt Barnes and my good friend Vic, smooth brother as well. Women literally like, where y'all from? What you do? Brother the janitor, buff at a school. Teachers want to holler at him, same temptation. I've been in situations where I'm
Hey, bro, breaking it down. I like this dude. He's breaking it down to him. Cam only think women want money. It ain't about that. Some women are just attracted to what they're attracted to. He said the janitor, buff, at a school, women want to talk to him. The carpenter, the nigga that's laying the concrete, if he come up, he buff, and a woman like him, she'll mess with him. And now these women are getting their own money. So what about that, Cam? For you to only think that it's just because it's you. No. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing. There's plenty of men that got access. If women are thinking, I'm gonna go get a regular dude because he's not gonna cheat on me, you are absolutely crazy. Every man has capabilities of getting multiple women. It's just all about access and who you are around. A janitor at a school, if he work out every day and he own his square, and that just happened to be his job, a woman would still think he's attractive. A woman will still say, shit, let me meet you after class. So Cam, you gotta listen to this older brother. This is an old bull trying to school a young bull.
y'all from? What you do? Brother the janitor, buff at a school. Teachers want to holler at him, same temptation. I've been in situations where I'm talking in rooms with women, wanting a man who can actually tap into her inner being, her thoughts, that isn't just a monofaceted male or a male with just one gear, all he can do is hump on her. I work with single mothers with their sons, helping their sons navigate.
When he said, I work with single mothers and their sons, man, look here. Boy, if you help a woman with a son and you single, and she's going to feel some sort of gratitude. If he wanted to take advantage of that situation, even as a married man, he could. You working with women, you're helping them. If he wanted to sleep with these women, he could do it easily. So Cam, I think you're missing it, brother.
Through their father, a male with just one gear, all he can do is hump on her. I work with single mothers with their sons, helping their sons navigate through their father wounds and even mother wounds and failing in school. You think there's no temptation of women trying to come on me?
We all have temptation.
Yeah, but
the degree of temptation.
Cam, my brother, he's working with women all the time. There's no degree of temptation. You're not talking to, so you acting like you're talking to some introvert gamer. This man is not an introvert gamer. If a man is around women, then trust me, there's somebody out there choosing. You tripping. And he kind of sun Cam a little bit. He said, yeah, I'm a multifaceted man, not just a man that only could just hump on her. Because a real woman, even your hump game, she gonna appreciate it. That attraction is gonna slow down a little bit. You're gonna have to be able to do something more than just hump on a woman. And that's what a lot of us get by with, especially when we're young. We don't give a damn about talking. And being a former athlete, I understand this mindset that Cam is in, thinking that, oh man, ain't no nigga, I'm an athlete, so I get all the girls. Man, you are absolutely wrong about that, brother. They've already been tampered with. They've already been tampered with. So I'm telling you, you got to be able to talk. You got to be able to, and not just gaming them up. Cam seemed to be a really good orator. He seemed to be able to talk a woman, be able to talk her up. But I do think he's wrong about this situation as far as access. This brother, the way he speaks, the way he carries himself, being the fact that he's married alone. You may not know this, Cam, but there's a lot of women out there, they would prefer to sleep with a married man. A lot of people don't want to talk about this, but I put on a wedding ring to pretend like I was married one day because I saw this happen in a club in Miami. These girls went straight to the married guy. I'm like, what the fuck? I wanted to hate on that nigga. I'm like, that nigga married, but I didn't. But in real life, though, there's a lot of women out there that love to sleep and mess with married men. And I ain't going to get into the psychology of it and why they do it. But there's a lot of reasons why some of these women do it. But so to say that he don't have access, that's crazy. He probably have more access than you, Cam, because he's around women on a daily basis that he does something personal for. And he's married. So, yeah. Women love, love married men. Actually, they will look at him on a better scale than Cam because he's already proven that he can choose one up. And some women think they could just take a man from a woman anyway. So they look at him as more of a challenge. They look at Cam as somebody that just want to hump on him and move. They just look at him as a woman slayer. They would look at this guy as a man that might want to be with them one day. So they might look at him as a better man than Cam Newton.
But see, man, I'm gonna talk. How old are you, Cam?
Like 53.
I'm gonna turn that around 35.
Close.
All right. So you're young enough to be my son, and I say that respectfully because you got an amazing father.
Mm-hmm.
David told Solomon before he died to show himself a man. When I look at you and what you've accomplished on the field of football, you're a warrior, son. I don't care what position I put you in, you'll handle it if you train right. The issue isn't, son, that you lack discipline. You've shown that. You're here now. You got discipline. You got self-control. Look at all you've accomplished. What you lacking is the self-love piece. Things have happened in your life that triggered what's happening. It's accomplished. You're here now. You got discipline.
Hey, dude switched gears on him. He started calling him son. He let him know, look here. I want to show you something. Look here. How old are you? Okay, yeah, you about my son age. So he started talking to him like a son. Let me tell you something, son. To let him know the age gap. Like, I got more wisdom than you. You might want to listen a little more than you speak. Let me let you know this, son. And he says the love piece. Damn. Kwame, you ain't love yourself when you was giving all these little thoughts your body. You right. Damn, Cam, it's me and you, bro. We ain't love ourselves. That's deep, though. I thought I was just going through a whole phase. But, yeah. Okay.
Position I put you in, you'll handle it if you trained right. The issue isn't, son, that You lack discipline. You've shown that. You're here now. You got discipline. You got self-control. Look at all you've accomplished. What you lacking is the self-love piece. Things have happened in your life that triggered what's happening now. The Super Bowl, for instance, which I, again, salute you for being transparent. Everyone can talk about why didn't he jump on the ball? Now, one thing you say, your analogy you were saying, what I can't relate to is being in Super Bowl 50, right?
Yes, sir.
Beast quarterback. Like you were my son's top dog.
Yes, sir.
Everyone was pulling for y'all to win. That I knew in my sphere of influence. I ain't never been in that position. Millions of people watching. Ball gets knocked out of my hand. Just that moment of hesitation. Like I teach in fighting, self-defense. Guy has a knife. This moment of this will get you a moment of hesitation. Like I teach in ball gets knocked out of my hand. Just that moment of hesitation.
Ooh, shucks. He made Cam readjust, boy. I don't know. I'm not no body language expert or nothing like that, nor do I believe in experts. But I'm not as experienced as someone that studies the body and body language. But I would say that hit home because Cam was sitting like this and poised, and he got Cam's full attention. Now Cam said, oh shit, let me go to my safe place. Crossed his arms and he got his undivided attention when he brought up that Super Bowl and that moment of hesitation. Because that's probably a moment that anybody would want to get back. I hope he got over that and let that go, because that's a moment that anybody that would haunt somebody. But Cam was a great player. I don't give a damn. Anybody can make a mistake. He was a great player to me.
Ball gets knocked out of my hand. Just that moment of hesitation. Like I teach in fighting, self-defense. Guy has a knife. This moment of this will get you killed. You got to respond. In that moment, because I watched it again, hearing the commentators like, now that's applicable. You put them in that situation, that's different. That's high pressure. But I share all of that to say, brother, every man, this is a good analogy, has the ball knocked out of their hand sometime, and we hesitate to dive on it. In life, that could be like for me, I use myself, for example. I got my wife now, Nicole, pregnant out of wedlock, very dishonorable to her father, who was a pastor. Instead of, I did hesitate. It took me over 4 years to marry this woman. I wasted so much time. We've been married 27 years. Mm-hmm. But I finally dove on the ball. What I'm saying is, son, is that situation was so heavy. I'm just watching it today. Mm-hmm. If you haven't really unpacked that, like,
I'm gonna have to fuck up Beautiful One engagement. Goddamn. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna come to the wedding. Object! Shit, I'm gonna be playing that Jagged Edge. Let's get married. Baby, let's get married. I'm gonna have to play that. Shit, she said, this is why I don't believe wealthy men should be limited to be married to one woman. Sorry, not sorry. Now, why the hell we can't get a class on that? I'm listening to this, brother, but I don't want to listen no more. I want to listen to Beautiful One. Let me go on mute. I done got myself in trouble again. I got to light up too. I done got myself in trouble like a motherfucker. Oh, Lord.
Really? It will morph into other areas in your life where you hesitate. I talk to a lot of men about being married. They can love the woman, desire to be with her. They always say, well, Mr. Wilson, I need to get a little more money. Mr. Wilson, I need to get this house. You know what? Maybe when I get this business going, I'll go ahead and lock that in. Mm-hmm. I said, me and my wife, we got it together. I didn't have money, a lot of money. My wife was a nurse. We put that together. That's why the scriptures say it's not good for man to be alone. The woman in Hebrew, the word helper is Azah, which also means a shield, succor, support. So many of us, when you look at what's happening in our community, we're missing that, especially when studies come out to show that over 80% of millionaires are married. What are we missing? Majority of us is fear. And then the inadequacy piece, the imposter syndrome. Now, when I get married, I can't be a stoic Oh, she's going to find out that I'm depressed sometime. She's going to find out that, man, I still struggle with confidence. I'm really not the leader she thinks I am, for her to be around me all day long. That's why I say, man, it's not the lack of discipline. It's not even self-control. Those are fruits of the seeds that have been planted. So if you don't have the right seeds and the right soil, your manifestation or the bad fruit is what we're seeing now in so many men.
So many men is me. The example that you gave, self-love, as far as the Super Bowl, and I'm trying to regurgitate, the things that you kind of mentioned. I did unpack that.
Excellent.
I think the thing that I have an issue with is I knew and know right from wrong. I just don't always do right.
What the scriptures say about that? It's the basic definition of sin. To know the right thing to do and not do it, to him that is sin. So if I'm talking to you, my son, as a young man of the Most High, you got to change that.
Yeah, but it also says in the Bible, we all fall short of his glory.
But it also says that we are not to abuse his grace.
Yeah.
See, that's why I walked out of the goddamn old church right there. See, it's like some of these Negroes learn the Bible just to use the scripture to cover up all the sins they do. Yeah, I know I'm fornicating, but it say thou shalt not judge. Oh, I know that, but it say a weak man will go with a strong man. They just come up with they got a handbook for this shit. You're not supposed to be judging me, brother. You sinning right now. It's like, I thought you were supposed to be different. The nerve of you out here doing everything we doing. The nerve of you. I don't understand that. Watch this. Cam is going to come up with a Bible verse to undo or to give a reason or lessen the blow for his sin. And he going to come up with a Bible verse for it every single time. Watch this.
You, my son, as a young man of the Most High, you got to change that.
Yeah, but it also says in the Bible, we all fall short of his glory.
But it also says that we are not to abuse his grace.
Yeah, and also say we could go back and forth.
Yeah, and so what does it really come down to? It comes down to who's really living it, and who's just talking it.
And you can talk it, but if I ain't with you every single day,
who's really living it, and who's just talking it.
And you for his glory.
But it also says that we are not to abuse his grace.
Yeah, and also say we could go back and forth.
Yeah, and so what does it really come down to? It comes down to who's really living it, and who's just talking it.
And you can.
I wish I could play that Life Jennings right now. Woo, he said, what did he say about them pastors? When he said, I done went to church on Sunday, sing a song till it hurt somebody's. Oh, what's the first part? Y'all know that Life Jennings song I'm talking about, where he talked about these goddamn pastors. Do they really think that they can pull the wool over your eyes? You know what the hell I'm talking about. But they come up with a verse for everything. This man say it's about who talking it and who living it. That man say, I want you to come see how I live. So forget what somebody say. Anybody can be up just talking, but what about how they living in real life though? It's about that real life action, not just talking.
And talk it, but if I ain't with you every single day, I can't hold you accountable.
Come to Detroit.
No, I don't want to go to Detroit.
But no, but really.
Man, I like that. Enough said, nigga. One more thing Cam said, watch this.
Come to Detroit.
Talk it, but if I ain't with you every single day, I can't hold you accountable.
Come to Detroit.
Woo, woo, look how you look at that Cam, right in his eye. Come to Detroit. Oh, this a Detroit brother. I would say a Detroit N-word, but he don't carry himself that way. So this is a Detroit brother. Oh, yeah, he'll whoop you. Hey, Cam, be careful, Cam. He from the D. Be careful. Yeah. Paul say, what up, though? Yeah, he from the D. Trust me, be careful, Cam. Hey, that man say, come to Detroit. Nigga, forget all this talking. I'll show you how I'm living. That's what it's about. Yeah, be careful, Cam. Them Detroit niggas don't fuck around. They still fighting Detroit. I like that shit. They got a young dude up there, Snap Dog, with he used to have braces. He'd get out there with anybody, swing on. I was like, yeah, that's how we grew up. A young cat wasn't scared of nobody. That's how it was. You might get whipped, but guess what? Everybody's still alive though. And that's how it used to be when men was men. Now everybody think they're a man because they got a gun.
No, I don't want to go to Detroit.
But real talk though. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but see again,
every case is different.
No,
and that's
listen, brother. There's always a principle to everything.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at lust, brother, it just is what it is. Mm-hmm. It affects all walks of life. It even affected Job, that he made a covenant with his eyes that he wouldn't look lustfully at a woman, and they don't dress the way they do now as they did back then.
That's not realistic in my life, though.
What's not realistic?
To not look at a woman?
Lustfully was the key word.
Yeah, but how can you control if you look at
Fear of Yah is the beginning of all wisdom and knowledge. See.
Okay, brother. So when I'm looking at them in Whole Foods and Walmart and at my daughter's school, just don't look at them lustfully. Okay, cool. I won't look at them lustfully. I can still look. I'm going to look. Because them teachers was looking at me and I was looking at them. They were looking at me. And I was looking at them. But we were just looking. But just don't lust after them. Okay, y'all don't lust after me. I won't lust after y'all. We could keep looking.
If we were coaching, right, and I'm saying, Cam, man, I need you to, and I'm not a fanatic. I'm not in the sports. I'm trying to make. So if I don't sound like I know football, forgive me, brother.
Trust me.
But if my play is, Cam, I need you to quarterback sneak it from the 20-yard line to the 50.
That's a hell of a touchdown.
Yeah. Right. Now, where you're communicating with me, I can't do that. I ain't never been. That's ridiculous. It's impossible to do that.
No, I never said it's impossible.
But I
said that's not realistic.
If it's not realistic, meaning it can't happen. If it's not realistic.
Man, Mr. Jason,
right?
Do you know my reality?
Tell me your reality.
Okay. I have 3 baby mamas.
Okay.
Right?
Do I need some paper and a pen?
No, you don't.
I'm just messing with you. I'm just joking, man.
You feel me?
Yeah, come on. Go
3
ahead.
baby mamas.
Yes, sir.
I've been labeled a homebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
Why you creating broken homes? Why you ain't marrying none of these women? But the reality that you have that covenant with your wife, 25, 26 years, 27. Your journey is completely different than my journey. All right. I've always stood on this principle because, like I said, I know right from wrong. I just don't always do right. I had a great figure of what marriage and love was in my household. So much so, I always said I grew up with 3-parent household: my mom, my dad, my grandmother. My grandmother, I'd never seen my grandmother with another man outside of her deceased husband. She was a widow. I never seen her seductive. I even never seen her flirt. Never seen her even let another man touch her respectfully. I knew these things. But as you unpack your reality, and you know.
Oh man, after reading this, you say lust means an evil desire to do something wrong in God's eyes. It means if given the chance, you would want to fornicate or commit adultery with a person. Christians don't lust. That's what sinners do. So you mean to tell me because I looked at that girl, I wanted to fornicate with her? Okay, well, I'm gonna just say sorry, Lord, because I dang sure looked and I lusted after that one in Whole Foods. But I'm sorry. So dang, if that's true, Lord, I'm sorry.
Marrying is always a goal, not the goal. It's a goal.
What do you mean? You pointed to something. What do you mean by what do you point?
Like it's a part of the journey. It's like a checkpoint.
Okay, let me.
Wait. I ain't really lust like that. I just walked by, I saw it, and I said, dang. That's all I said. Is that lust? It was a quick little thing. I had my shades on, I was walking, and I looked, I said, dang. And I just kept walking. That ain't no lust, is it? That's lust. Damn, I need to say sorry about 3 more times. Sorry, Lord. Sorry, Lord. I'm gonna have to say sorry every day. I ain't know that was lust. I thought that was just normal. I just was kept walking. I ain't even double take like that. Damn. That ain't no lust, man. We got to get the lust handbook out now. I thought you got to have a vision about her. I thought you have to sit there and be like, squint your eyes and just be like, and then that little white bubble come with y'all in the bedroom or the shower or the balcony. It is going down. I thought that was the lust. Damn, I just did it again, Lord. Okay. Yeah, but I thought that was the lust. You telling me lust is just saying, damn, and walking off? He talking about you got to walk around with your eyes closed. She talking about, unfortunately, lust is a sin according to our Bible. No, hold on now, Miss Collins. We got to define lust. All I said was, I ain't thinking that's lust. That can't be lust. Hard to say because lust is a social norm. Women dress how they do. Man, I'm talking about, boy, look here. I can't help it, boy. That's what I'm talking about. I can't help it, boy. You see what these women wearing? Some of them don't look like they got on no clothes. I'm telling you, when you walk by, you can see their whole underwear. I be like, what the? Now, I be confused sometimes. I be like, so wait a minute. You dress like this, you have to the fucking naked. And you don't want me to say nothing to you? All right. I'm confused. She's confusing lust with the desire. Yeah, everyone looks at, yeah, there you go, beautiful one. That's what I'm talking about. God damn, I need to get me a beautiful one. But anyway, everybody look at something they like. Y'all don't tell me y'all don't be looking at them gray sweats and shit. Y'all women be looking at gray sweats. We be looking at yoga pants. Come on, man. You can't help it. You can't help it. Oh, shit. False teachings. What happened now? Truth that sets free ministry. Hey, I'm scared of you, Truth. Truth, you don't never sin? Truth, what's your sin? Look at Steely Dad. You are your father, the devil. Then why you over here? What's your sin? Do you ever sin? Truth sets free. Truth that sets free ministries. Do you ever sin? Because I dang sure just admitted mine. If I looked at that girl and said dang, or I said the other word, but if that's a sin, I sin.
Let me go back then. First, I want to clarify. I know the right things to do as well, and don't always do it. Hence why we have repentance in the blood of Christ. All right. I wanted to make that clear. Like, I'm not sitting here like I get it all right all the time.
Yeah, I'm with you.
As far as falling in that area of a lack of sexual self-control, I've been fighting really hard to maintain where I am. I want to finish strong. Now, let's just say, okay, my life isn't the same as yours, okay? I would agree the fact that you can go maybe to the mall and women just throw themselves at you, right? I got to go back to who we are in Yah, if you in Yah, all right? To whom much is given, much is required. If you got much more, you've been entrusted with much more will be demanded. You can't just brush that off, because you're telling me your life is different than mine, which is almost, you're not saying it's an excuse for sinning, but listen.
We all sin. Your sin, no sin greater than the next one.
Hebrews chapter 10, 26. The one who willingly sins.
Hey, Cam got all the Bible verses down to get out of accountability, boy. Hey, we all sin. Tell him, Cam. Hey, Cam got all the goddamn verses to get out of accountability for his sin.
Excuse for sinning, but listen.
We all sin.
We all sin.
Your sin, no sin greater than the next one.
Hebrews.
Yeah, no sin greater than the next one. That nigga smiled. I could have sworn. Never mind. That's crazy, man. Come on, Cam. You got to reflect back on how you look on this video, bro. I know, and I'm not speaking in no
position, period, like I'm above Cam, because I got more kids than Cam and more baby mama than Cam. So I'm not speaking in no high and mighty position. I'm just not trying to make excuses for what I'm doing or what I've done. I want to take accountability and grow from what I did. Not talking about no sin greater than the next. That's almost like an excuse to keep going the way that you've been going. So no, if you really want to get a wife, then you got to grow up and get a wife. If you don't, then just be honest. You're a grown man. Just say, you know what? I like what I'm doing. I like having sex with thoughts and Instagram models. I like it. Cam got 8 kids. Oh, you don't? I thought he only got 3. Oh no, hell no. I thought he had 3 kids. Shit. I got 3 with one woman. That's why I said I had more than him. But you talking about he got 8? No. But yeah, I want to. If you want, you can live life how you want to live it. God gave you free will. If you don't want to get a wife and you want to live it the way you live it, then choose to live it the way you live it. And I guess be proud of it. You know, he talk about freaky Cam. Yeah, you like them scribbles, you like them ones that's gonna throw it back. Just be honest. I ain't with that shit my daddy taught me. I'm gonna get them scribbles that's gonna throw it back. Or, you know, maybe become Muslim and get you more than one wife. I don't know. Bottom line is lead with righteous purpose as mature adults. All right, we got to finish this.
Chapter 10, 26. The one who willingly sins, willingly is the key word. There no longer remains a sacrifice for his sins. So if I go out here and kill everybody in this room and don't repent, where am I going, brother? It is written that our name could be taken out of the book of life. So I go back again. You have been given and entrusted with much. You have. Too much is given, much more will be demanded.
But I'm not saying that, and I don't want people to, especially you as we're having this conversation, I don't want people to take that as I'm better than, or it's.
I'm sorry. Can I just be clear? I'm sorry. I don't want you to misconstrue what I'm saying. You just when we met before here, you don't even give that vibe, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right. I didn't mean that. What I'm meaning is when you say your life is different than mine. I'm talking about the temptation. Let's stay on topic. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Brother, it's a gift of who you are, what you've been through, and your influence. Right. It's supposed to be used for the kingdom. Yes. Samson's strength was for the kingdom, but he laid with the wrong woman. Delilah. Yeah, and she took him out. And he prayed out, but give me strength one more time, and I'll crush all these Philistines. He died before his time. The scripture says you be overly foolish, you'll die before your time. I'm familiar. Yeah, so that's all I'm saying to you is this. I agree with you. I can't sit here and say people will recognize me, but if you walk somewhere publicly and I walk somewhere publicly, I may get to where I'm going. No, I will get to where I'm going faster than you would. Yeah. People will stop.
I think I was saying that to the individual that are not graceful with what has happened, right? Going back to the Shannon Sharp situation. Okay. Well, for me, as I'm talking about my reality, right? Knowing right from wrong and not always choosing right. My fear of divorce is greater than my desire to get married.
So give me that. I appreciate you saying that. You just identified one issue that's stopping you.
Hey, he kept it 100. That's a real issue there. At least he kept it 100. He didn't say it was based on him wanting to clap up dots. Maybe nobody just want to shack up with him for that long. He's saying that he'll be with a woman. He just don't want to get married. Kwame, why are you looking mad? I don't know. Maybe it's my hair. Let me put my hair back. Maybe you like me with my hair back. I don't know what I'm looking mad about, but I'm not mad. But yeah, I like the fact that at least he told the truth, you know. He was very honest with what he's worried about. So if a woman that's listening to Cam, if she actually hear what he's concerned with, if he's concerned with losing his assets and his money in a divorce, then sign something that don't allow for him to lose his assets and all of his money in a divorce. Simple as that. All you have to do is take away his fear. He told you the truth. Don't run from the truth. Take away that fear. Hey, I don't want your money. Put everything in your damn mama name. Just make sure anything we build together, we have to deal with together. And that's understandable for anybody. Everything you got now, you keep it. That's what you work for. That's what I would tell a woman that's more successful than me. Any woman that's more successful than me, if she said, hey, I'm worried about marrying you because I'm worried about you being able to steal some of my assets. Let's just say if it was Serena or somebody, she would say, I'm worried about you stealing my assets. I would say, oh, that's easy. Just sign that I don't want none of your shit right now. Just get the paperwork together. And if we build something together, then that's what we got together. But everything you got now, you just keep it. And I'll sign it. So if you truly have good intentions for a man, then you should take away that fear from him off rip. We have many where I, like right then and there, yeah, I'll sign. If it ain't about the money. But it must be not a woman understanding and listening to what this man's fears are and saying, you know what, I care more about, because we already saw what his last girl was doing to him or tried to do to him in court. She went after that money on. So, and maybe it's the type of women that he goes after, or maybe it's just because he has the type of money that he had. But it's still confusing that he's concerned about his money so much, but also having multiple children and baby mothers. Because, I know the babies cost. So the guys, I'm going to tell you, fellas, if you worried about your money, don't have a lot of children. Yeah, wrap it up or abstain from having sex because them little boogers cost, they cost monies. I'm just letting you know.
But we know God didn't give us a spirit of fear. He gave us a spirit of power, love, and self-control. Or
In him, not a human.
what you mean?
Like
In what?
in him.
In him
Like,
what?
I believe in him.
To what? You just said
My fear of divorce is greater than my desire
to get married. I heard you. I want to make sure because you said something else.
Yeah.
So let me make sure I understand what you're saying. You're saying, in layman's terms, that what's preventing you from marrying any of these women is your fear of being divorced.
Yes.
Just want to make sure I understood that.
Yes.
All right, now I'm talking about fear. It does not come from Most High. It is written that fear comes from the devil. He did not give us a spirit of fear. Most High gave us a spirit of power, love, and sound mind or discipline. That's what I'm saying. I love the fact, brother, that you identified it. Most men will continue living promiscuous lives, running from their calling, their purpose because of that fear. The Bible says that Satan prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking whom he can devour. When I studied that as deep, the lion roars to scare the prey into where he wants them to go. That's why the roar is important, the fear. That's why it says do not be fear over 300 times in the scriptures. I'm proud of you. So now we got to move past fear 300 times in the scriptures. That's why the roar is important, to scare the prey out. When I studied that as deep, the lion roars to scare the prey into where he wants them to go. That's why the roar is important, the fear. That's why it says do not be fear over 300 times in the scriptures. I'm proud of you. So now we got to move past fear into purpose. He's giving you all of this. I want to come back to the Most High empty. I don't want to leave here with my cup full. There are many days I cry from fatigue, wanting my life. Why can't I be like the normal Christian and go do this and do some right things and do a little bad things? He didn't die for me to compromise. Brother, who you are, he's giving it to you, not as a crux or a crutch, but as a power. So what triggers the fear? What have you seen in about, I guess, divorce that makes you, I'm not being sarcastic. I want you to talk, tell me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Personally, not in the news. Because we done seen tons of stuff in the news. Personally.
I would label myself like the black sheep of the family, right? My older brother, my mom had 3 sons. My older brother, he's married, happily married, beautiful family. Then comes me, my younger brother, happily married. Don't have kids yet, they got 2 dogs. they're like the most theatrical, perfect little situation. I admired that. Not just my younger brother, but my older brother, and also my father. Real examples, I know what marriage is. I have great examples. But there also was a thing that said, what would Jesus do? Correct?
Who created that?
Man.
Okay, so we
all want to be like Jesus, right?
Okay.
Jesus wasn't married.
Bro, son, come on. How long was Jesus here?
33 years.
How long was his ministry?
A lifetime.
3. Well, when he was, he ministered his entire life, because at 12 he was teaching in the synagogue. But they say, scholars or theologians say at 30, and then he lived 3 years in accomplishing all that he needed to do. Now, you use him as an example, but throughout, let's go to the beginning. The goal is one man, one woman, one flesh. 2, which is 1 and 1, equals 2, become one flesh. That's scripture.
This Jason guy is a man pleaser, telling Cam what he wants to hear, that he is good, blessed, when Cam's sin proves that he's not. Jesus says, if I was a man pleaser, I wouldn't be Christian. I don't think he's telling him what he wants to hear. He said he's good for telling the truth or being honest, but he's telling them he need to come up out of the sin. He told him he's pretty much making excuses for sinning. That's what I heard earlier.
Okay, so real quick.
But I just need to hear this. Was Jesus married or not?
I already answered that.
I didn't hear you.
No, he was not married.
Okay.
Okay.
Keep making your point.
Okay, well, we can stay there. What is your point? Did he preach against marriage? What did Jesus say the reason why Moses allowed for a divorce?
Infidelity.
No.
What? The adultery. No, it wasn't adultery?
Remember, the Most High is, see, when you're running or escapism, you think because the Most High allows something that he approved it. Yeshua, Jesus said that Moses allowed them that certificate of divorce because the people's hearts were hardened. It's not his will, son. It's not. Truth is truth. It's not what we can make it. It can't, it's solid. It stands on something. Yahushua's mission wasn't to come here to have a family. His mission was to come here and show us the way and die for our sins and rise again on the 3rd day and give us salvation, access to the Most High, which we didn't have. He was locked in. So that's what the danger in having a fear. I'm not saying you have a fear-based mind, but when we allow fear, or when we look through the lenses of fear, it changes really the perspective or perception of what he's trying to show us. Let me give you an example.
I'm still, my example's still pending too. But
What example still pending?
I didn't give you the example of what.
Okay, well, your turn.
I was trying to tell you, know what I'm saying?
Well, long as we clear on why Jesus wasn't married.
That's cool.
Okay, cool. Go to your examples about what makes you fear divorce.
Most recently?
Just in general, just like,
Man.
what makes you fear divorce? And listen, I get it. Listen, okay. I don't want you to think, I didn't have what you have, brother. I didn't have.
Thinking nothing about it.
He thinking about losing his house. He thinking about losing his house and all the cars and all the stuff that he got. I mean, marriage is risky nowadays, boy. So I don't understand what the confusing part is, but I just don't get why he didn't just tell a woman about this fear. Do all of them just say, hell no, if I don't get your money, I'm gone? I just want to know, like, damn, he can't get nobody to stick around for him?
I like where we at.
Okay, no,
like
listen.
I love
and I mean that.
I'm not disingenuous. Thank you.
I already knew that
please
when we
take
met.
your time.
So listen,
Yes, sir.
my father, one of the strongest men I ever met in my life, married 4 times. I saw what it cost him. So I know firsthand. Listen. My father,
It gets tricky.
look, my father cut hair when haircuts was $7.
Man, you know how much haircuts costing now?
That's my point. There should have been more back then. So look how hard he had to work to support all his children, child support. I saw the ill effects in his life. My fear of divorce, see, again, is how you look at things. I never want my children to experience what I never had that I long to give them. That's my fear of divorcing Nicole, is that it cuts that off. I vowed to break that out of my family, and I did. And then also when you understand, if I want to have generational wealth, that starts with the marriage. You know, you get these 3 and 4 homes now, you ain't playing football no more. Stuff gets more money costs expensive, kids become jealous, like in David's household. Remember David's son?
Man, now see, Truth Ministry, he calling them out. He like, look, you ain't gonna get no generational wealth with having this household, this household, this household. That's the truth. When you gotta take care of households, it's hard to stack up money. And he said, you ain't playing football no more. Now, Cam has a great show, but it ain't football money, but it's still a great show.
Son raped his daughter, then the other son had to kill the son, and you see, and so
I'm very familiar.
Yeah, and so this. I don't want to say there's nothing more dangerous, but it's very dangerous when you know scriptures, but really aren't in relationship with the Most High.
Says who though? And that's where it gets tricky.
It doesn't get tricky at all. You didn't let me answer the question.
No, okay, you're right.
Titus, I think it's 1:16 says they profess to know me, but by their actions they deny me. You have no relationship. See, I my man, it's so many of us have been in church but not in Christ, and I'm not talking about you because I don't know your story.
Talk to me then.
Okay, well, I can't say that. I'm just saying in general. Yeah, about you. So many of us have been in church but not in Christ, and I'm not talking about you.
Ooh, profound. He says so many of us have been in church but not in Christ. Damn. Ouch.
Because I don't know your story.
Talk to me then.
Okay, well, I can't say that. I'm just saying in general. Yeah. I don't know you. I'm not, when this is off, I don't even know if we exchange numbers, anything, and go.
We locked.
Okay, all right, cool. So I'm saying, okay, good.
Because I think these type of conversations is needed, because I think oftentimes, you know, David was a guy after God's own heart. God promised all David's enemies the head. He served Saul, knowing that Saul was envious of who David was becoming. Out of David's obedience to God, he never killed Saul. Even the man who did kill Saul, David killed him off of the principle.
Because Saul was what, anointed. So now when we look at David, one thing I love about his story is that when he sinned, he repented. Did he do it again?
All right, well, that was the good in David.
No, listen.
Because I'm hip.
See, that's the problem.
So
no, let's stay on David. Because I see, brother, you like, I gotta grab you and hold you, put you.
This dude here, good. He said, oh, you want to make this point about David? Well, let me make a point about David. When David sinned, he apologized. He never did it again. He said, Cam, did he do it again? Cam said, and he caught him. He like, damn, if I answer this question, he got me, because I not only sinned, I sinned again, and I'm still living in sin. So he got him. With his own point, the brother got him.
Let's stay there. See, do it again. This was what anointed.
Never killed Saul. Even the man who did kill Saul, David killed him off of the principle.
Because Saul was what anointed. So now when we look at David, one thing I love about his story is that when he sinned, he repented. Did he do it again?
All right, well, that was the good in David.
No, listen.
Because I'm hip.
See, that's the problem.
So
no, let's stay on David. Because I see, brother, you like, I gotta grab you and hold you, put you in the choke or something, just to get you to stay still. Yeah. When he sinned, Just say with Bathsheba. Is it written that he did that again?
No. That was the only time
No.
he displeased God, though.
Well, he counted Israel, the men of Israel. He Most High was angry at him. What do you mean?
But
So this is what I'm saying. So now listen, you telling me, I guess you told me you got the word at your hip, right?
no.
Okay, that's what I thought you meant, the Bible. So you know the word, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now cool. Okay.
What they say, poquito.
Okay. But listen,
Mhm.
I'm seeing just from my conversation, and listen, brother, I'm not in a place that I like I'm a authority like on Yah's word. I got some bad brothers in my circle that I lean into and still learn.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying, just from my brief conversation, you got to learn more of his word. That's where the deception comes in. That's how Satan is able to deceive us.
Okay.
And that's when the religious come with, they talk like you were just saying.
Mm-hmm.
And you say, well, no, let me juxtapose that right here. And then you tell me what you mean by that.
Okay.
So please, let's move on from David. What was the next thing you said?
So I was going to give you an example
Of David?
of my fear. I never told you.
We know, yeah, okay, yeah.
So you keep jumping.
No, you can't blame me for that.
hold you down. I gotta lock you down. You all over the place.
No, that's you.
No, that
We got the tape.
Uh-huh.
We got the tape. I'm chasing you. It's all good.
After further review, the reason of the field is Jason Williams. Wilson, I'm sorry.
And these jokers crazy, man. That's good that they can laugh, man. I buy houses, have become a member. Salute to you, bro. Hey, that's good that they can just have a good time and laugh, though. That's what I'm saying, man. That was cool. But let's see how let's hear Cam's example before we get up out of here.
It's all good.
But this is my example. There's a young man by the name of Tyreek Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Example, married 17 months. Example, reportedly paying $500,000, $50,000 monthly, car, a mansion that he worked hard for. These are all examples, right? You can't say it through that lens because there's also females who have been burned by the covenant of what marriage is. I believe marriage is a connection. I don't believe.
Okay, so this is the confusing part.
Okay.
You're a man of Yah, but you're saying things that not in the scriptures. You said you just believe marriage is just a connection.
Yeah.
Where did you get that from in the scriptures?
Well, holy matrimony.
That's not in the scriptures.
Okay, well, tell me, is this in the scripture? Can you lift up your left hand? Is a ring signifying a marriage?
It's not.
But Christians do.
Christians aren't the only ones who wear wedding bands.
But Christians do. I can't speak for
But
everybody.
actually, you know what? Should I have my word with me?
You got to keep it on your hip.
I got it in my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Got it in my
Tell me in NIT, NIV, King James, where it said everybody married has to wear a ring.
No. That's not what I'm looking for. The marriage.
There's things that we do, Mr. Jason.
But no, I'm talking about specifically what you said. You said that you believe, not the scriptures testify or says, or Yah says, or wills. You believe that marriage is just a connection.
No. You're talking about specifics. I'm
Brother, I'm a mature man of Yah. So
That's
when you
cool.
talk to me, let me give you room to really expound on what you're saying.
Yes,
so
sir.
yeah, when you just say that, that's very vague to me. And so,
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? So
I'll be more direct.
okay.
And I'll
Rings versus vanity. I need that gossip. I think he was just trying to ask Cam, if you think marriage is just a connection, where is that in the scripture? And then I don't understand why Cam is switching to the ring. I guess Cam couldn't answer, so he switched to the ring. The brother answered. He said the ring is not in the scripture. So I don't know, Cam. It seemed like he got everything down packed. Just say you don't want to be married. I don't think Cam is going to ever get married. Cam, right about this one, but it has nothing to do with the topic. Right about marriage and having multiple women. He should just get multiple wives. Do the Neo. Yo, who said, yo, how you been live for 2 hours and I didn't know? YouTube, beep. What's good, chat? Dang, that's crazy.
I'll say a part of my fear that the world has created this weaponization of marriage.
We've allowed the world to define marriage.
Correct. So when you lift your hand up one more time.
Mm-hmm.
That's the male's ring.
Mm-hmm.
Heaven forbid what a female lifting up her ring. That's pressure. That's weapons. That's something to say, oh, you're not married? What's the first thing a woman does when she get married? What she do? Lift up her what?
I don't know. My wife lifted up me.
No. What, you a big ass?
No, you know what I mean. You see. So listen. So
No. What, you lift up her what?
I don't know. My wife lifted up me.
No. What, you a big ass?
No, you know what.
Hey, that was a profound statement, boy. He said, my wife, I don't know about them. I don't know about what else they did. Their wife did. When we got married, my wife lifted up me. Woo, that's what I'm talking about. Find me a beautiful one that'll lift up me. Shit.
They say, oh, you're not married? What's the first thing a woman does when she get married? What she do? Lift up her what?
I don't know. My wife lifted up me.
No. What, you a big ass?
No, you know what I mean. You see. So listen. So
I'm trying, brother. Just pray for me. Don't talk
so
about
come on, man.
But,
we listen. So the prophet Malachi,
mm-hmm.
he said, what was the one God seeking when he joined man and woman? It was godly children.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Reason marriage is under attack, in way, it's been, we as believers, we've allowed the world to define it, which we should never do. Whenever the Most High stops getting glory, we're in trouble. That's why we were created, to bring him glory.
Yes, sir.
So that's what he was seeking through the joining of a man and a woman, to have children, and those children are to bring him glory. So let's go back to you now.
Mm-hmm.
Your grandmother,
Yep.
she was, even when her husband died, she still,
Yes.
Yeah. Your mother and father was over 50 years? 50 years?
40.
40. Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's been modeled for you.
Yeah.
And what I tell people all the time when I'm talking to men is like, look, when you cross my path, this is just another moment the Most High may say in judgment. When we have these excuses like, yeah, well, if you would have gave me this, I would have did this. If I would have known this, I would have did this. You remember that time you met Jason Wilson? But Jason, you remember that time you met Cam Newton and you didn't approach that conversation with love for him, who he really is, besides a football player, successful businessman? So we all gonna be held accountable by the one who can truly hold us accountable. I say that in love because, again, I'm gonna go back to what I said before. I don't know if you know how bad you are, man. I don't know if you even know the power you got from the things you say.
Mm-hmm.
Never allow fear to stop you from following the Holy Spirit. His will. Listen. Let me finish, because I love being specific. Look at me,
please.
I'm not saying. Listen to me. You, just from our conversation,
Mm-hmm.
the Holy Spirit is the Spirit of God. The Father, Son, Holy Spirit, they're all one. What he desires for you is for you to bring him glory, your family, your children, to bring him glory. Fear is placed in front of that as a deterrent to stop you. That's why I gave you props for identifying your cause and effect. Your fear of divorce is greater than your desire to be married.
Yes, sir.
That's why I said early on in our conversation that what I do, my love for my wife, my children, everything, if I had to compare that for the Most High's will, I would say my family is down here. And my love and my affinity and what I want to complete in Yah is to the moon.
So,
and the reason I say that, when we allow fear to enter in, and I start looking at my desires, what I want, what I'm scared of, versus what his will is, that's when I get in trouble.
I think you're taking certain things out of context, Mr. Jason.
Help me, sir.
Because we're talking about marriage. I use my life as ministry, my ministry. You see what I'm saying?
That's it. It's your ministry.
So for me, I'm a follower of Christ. It's not for you to judge that. It's not. No. Just let me finish, brother. Just let me get there.
We kicking it.
You see what I'm saying? It's not for nobody who's seeing this to say, what? I'm a servant. I serve people in different ways, many ways than one. If I deem and say, you know what? I can't go to church today. Does that make me a sinner?
Who is the church? No, I'm just, brother. Are we kicking it like men, right?
No,
okay, cool. So
listen.
So when I'm kicking it with my wife, right? She wants me to be quiet. We still joke about this until she completes, drains everything out. I'm talking with you. So now,
but I ain't done though.
Listen. I know you're not. So as men, we just kicking it. Yeah. Now, and I lost my thought. You threw me off. But listen,
gotcha.
No, you good. Yeah. But no, what I'm saying is when we're talking about marriage, I can't. Scripture say we can judge those inside the body. Okay, no, my question was, who is the church? That's what the question. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Who is the church?
No, I'm just speaking. I wasn't speaking in specifics. I was saying just in general.
This is Cam. I know.
Okay,
I know.
so you're saying what church?
No, you saying if I don't go to church on Sunday.
That was just an example.
But listen, let's stay there. That's how we can't get no transfer.
The beautiful one is crazy. Talk about no one can judge you, but those slippers are cute. Oh man, the dice go do what the dice go do. KB saying, no, that's a Scrooge saying. Yeah, that's a Scrooge saying. Yeah. Salute to you, DT. Hey, he like, let's just stay there, Cam. That's why we can't get nowhere. You jumping around. He basically compared Cam Newton's talking style to his wife. He said, you know, my wife, when she talking, she want to drain everything out, and I gotta just be quiet. I said, oh man.
The thing is, when we're talking about marriage, I can't, scripture say we can judge those inside the body. Okay, no, my question was, who is the church? That's what the question. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Who is the church?
No, I'm just speaking. I wasn't speaking in specifics. I was saying just in general.
This is Cam. I know.
Okay,
I know.
so you're saying what church?
No, you saying if I don't go to church on Sunday.
That was just an example.
But listen, let's stay there. That's how we can't get no transformation. Yes, it can't just be stuff. We go from one thing to the next.
But I wasn't finished though.
It's okay. It's called interjecting, dude.
Okay,
it's just we just communicate. You can do me the same way. We ain't got 8 hours here.
Yeah.
All right. What is the church?
Holy Zion.
Who is? No.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. You don't know.
I don't know.
But listen,
question
listen. Give me a second.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
I want you to make sure I'm not judging you.
I don't feel that you.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
But when you interjected, I was trying to
listen. I don't have time.
But
Yahushua had 3 years. He had to get to work. He had time to get married and cook for his wife, to make sure his wife ain't mad at him, to make sure he's a good dad to the kids. He had to handle his father's business.
Yep.
All right. So now, what is the church? Listen, I'm trying to lock in. You might do. Listen. So what is the church? Because you said something very true that many people struggle with. They have this misplaced guilt of not being in this building on a day. So I'm asking you, as a spiritual father who's in your life right now, what is the church? And from what you think and what you've known. And it's okay not to know.
I don't know how you're asking the question, because I can give you a church.
Okay, give me what you think. What is the church biblically?
I don't know.
Your body's the temple.
So when I say, son, this is your greatest battle, I don't say it out of judgment. I'm saying this out of love. Me even speaking with you is reminding me how much more I need to be in my word. The church, the ecclesia, is not a building, it's the people.
It's not the ecclesia, it's the people. So the church is the people. He said he doesn't know and he's deflecting. Humble yourself. Yeah, Cam, it seemed like he wanted to make it the same funny argument style, and buddy Jason ain't going for it. Jason, this brother is right on the money. He's like, no, let me slow you down. We trying to have a conversation. I don't got 8 hours. You can't say something and then jump and run and just let me finish just blabbering off a bunch of words. We got to examine the words that you're saying so we can break it down. And when he broke it down, he realized, Cam, you shouldn't be getting mad about going to a building, because the people are the church.
Judgment, I'm saying this out of love. Me even speaking with you is reminding me how much more I need to be in my word. The church, the ecclesia, is not a building, it's the people. Where the two are gathered, he's in the midst. The Most High says he doesn't dwell in temples made by man. He dwells in who? Us. We are the temple of the Holy Spirit. And that's what I'm just trying to show you in love. And if I'm interjecting too much, I'm apologizing. But this is, listen, I apologize, because this is urgent to me. I came here. When you get to know me, you have to force me to do things like this. So I know what it feels like to have fear and move through it. He say, come, his will be done. I don't get nothing from this. He gets glory. Prayerfully, you get something in your cup, because I know you pour out. And if you're a human being, I know you're hurting. I'm letting you know I'm a safe space for that, brother, or my son. And I may be just an extension of your father, whatever. There's many languages, same principle. I got men set up around my son. Why? Because I'm dad now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dad. So I got men at different age groups. Same message, different presentation. And so I'm letting you know I'm here for you. Like I came for you. And I mean that. As Brandon Marshall, I mean, like different presentation. So I got men at different age groups. Same message, different presentation. And so I'm letting you know I'm here for you. Like I came for you. And I mean that. As Brandon Marshall, I mean that.
Yes, sir. So we've already identified Jesus was not married because that wasn't his purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Were all the disciples married?
I think they all were. Because matter of fact, they were upset at Yahushua because they were arguing, or do you remember they were arguing about who's going to get what with this kingdom that they thought he came to establish? And he said, Yahushua said, those who have left their homes, their families, for my sake.
Mm-hmm. They all was married?
I got it. Yeah. So you got me there. Hold on. That's why we got the Bible, brother.
Talk to me.
Yeah. What was your point, though?
I'm just saying.
What's your point? No, why did you say it?
We weaponize marriage too
No,
much.
no, hold on. No. Stop. What was your point?
My point is this.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Was all the disciples married?
I don't believe they were.
What's your point in asking that?
My point
it was to my point. Yeah, no, of course they all weren't married.
Okay.
All right, and where? I just want to make sure I was right.
Yeah.
But how do people?
You said they were.
No, I said they weren't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
No. I said I didn't know at first.
Okay.
But question, and I should have known because clearly they weren't all married. But question, why did you say it like?
Gotcha. I think when you ask that question about marriage, my question and my point is, just because I'm not married, I'm not gonna make it to heaven.
The scriptures say, but go back to the Bible.
This is what I don't understand with the Cam situation. Cam says he saw his father be married. He saw his older brother is married, and that's a great situation. His little brother is married, and it's in a great situation. But all of his talking points is against marriage. That's a little strange. Most people that see things as a great situation that everybody else is experiencing, they would want to experience that for themselves. That's what you know. Why would you be running from something that you know to be successful, that you know to work, unless you don't see those things as successful as you're making out? It can't be just about this money that he's talking about, because there's ways you could protect yourself from somebody stealing your money. That's just interesting that he knows and he seems well studied on defending why he's not married, way more so than bigging up marriage, even though everybody around him is married. Cam has a good brother putting him on game, and he's messing it up. Cam really be exposing himself. Yeah, I think I don't know if he's looking at him like that. Original man salute. I don't know if he's looking at it as good advice. This stuff seems to be a talking point around his table at home or something. He seems more defensive about it than anything else. So he's gathered a bunch of talking points and thoughts and Bible verses even that's against. Well, I've seen all these great examples of marriage, but hell, I'm gonna do it this way because even in the Bible, the disciples wasn't married. So it seems like he's really good at arguing his point. This ain't the first time. So he's not looking at him as nobody that's trying to give him no help.
So I need to be married to make it to heaven?
You ready?
Set, go.
You ready? I don't like butchering the scriptures.
Please don't. You butcher me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Don't you? Do you not realize that those who do wrong will not inherit the kingdom of Yah? Don't fool yourselves. And it talks about those who indulge in sexual sin, worship idolatry. What's the next very word? Commit adultery.
Yeah, but that ain't. No, that's not marriage though. Because that's it. Like a lot of times.
Okay.
A lot of times.
Stop. Please.
Okay.
Please, man. You are, man. Oh my. Yeah, you gotta come to Detroit, man. You gotta get in the cave, man.
I'm scared of Detroit.
No, man. Detroit can show you nothing but love.
What up, though?
If I'm
Cam done frustrated Jason so much. He said, "Oh, you know what, man? You got to come to Detroit. You got to get in the cave." He want to whoop on Cam. Cam, don't go to Detroit, Cam. Don't do it. Dude go whip you 5 ways from Sunday for keep disrespecting him and cutting him off in them conversations. I told you, Cam, to be tread lightly. These Detroit niggas, they will put them paws on you. I'm telling you, Cam, they still believe in a fair one. And yeah, he said you got to come to the cave.
please, please, man, you out, man. Oh my, yeah, you gotta come to Detroit, man. You gotta get in the cave, man.
Hey, this is a polite way of saying I'm gonna whip your ass. Please, you got to come to Detroit. We about to get in the cave. Lord have mercy, that is hilarious.
Scared of Detroit.
No, man, Detroit can show you nothing but love.
What up, though?
If I'm not married, how do I commit adultery?
What do you mean? Oh, just having sex.
No, that's called sexual morality.
Okay. Well, I don't know either.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, we both don't know a lot of things.
I didn't. How? What did you? Do you see what you just did?
I'm asking questions.
No, that's all cool, but I ain't here. You're deflecting. Listen, none of us know everything, Cam.
Yes, sir.
None of us. My students who are 8 years old teach me. I learn from them every time I teach. I'm learning from you right now.
Yes, sir.
Right. You learn something from me.
Definitely.
Whether good or bad.
Man, this is a respectful dude. Well, I see why he want to whip Cam. Because he's sitting there having a real conversation trying to be respectful, and Cam is playing, like deflecting and playing in his face. So he's getting upset by that. So Cam, when you have conversations with guys like this, you got to interview different with guys like this. This is an intelligent, respectful brother that trains in martial arts, so he can probably kick your ass. So he's not here to play. He said, I came here for you. So he said, I learned from 8-year-olds. He's like, I don't know everything. Cam is trying to have an I got you moment. Are they married? Oh, see, oh, you didn't know? Okay, cool. Well, now I can keep doing what I'm doing. Oh, they wasn't married, so I can keep doing what I'm doing. It's all about using scripture to cover up his sins instead of saying, you know what, you're right. I'm gonna do better. I know better, so I'm gonna do better. He wants to use the same Bible to be able to explain away his sins more so than respect the Bible. And that's kind of crazy. You say Cam is 6'6" and 280. He ain't whipping Cam. It don't matter how big somebody is. It's trained and untrained. And Cam is a big fella. But a trained martial artist, a trained person is not going to have, there'll be a little bit of a problem because of the size, but they know how to break down the problem. So if Cam is trained with that size, then that would be a problem. But if he's not, then this guy shouldn't have a problem. He wants to marry, but the women he liked, he doesn't see it in them. Hey, he liked them very freaky gals. I'm trying to tell him, especially not in no street fight. If a dude is trained, he'll chop down that tree.
No, all good.
Well, I'm just saying, but you know what I mean.
I see.
Yeah. So again, you're brilliant, dexterous in the way you can evade and move.
You call this elusive? You call this evading?
What am I calling evading? Now, see, I'm just messing with you. We just kicking out. You see how you interjected?
I'm trying.
And we should, as men.
Yes, sir.
It's how we communicate. Nothing wrong with this. You put that iPad down a long time ago. Me and you just sitting on the front porch somewhere.
Yeah.
You see it at card games, whatever. It's no one just wait till you finish speaking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, son, I'm not accusing you for evading or any of that. I'm saying it is a skill to have it. It depends on how we use it. That's all I'm saying.
What's the it?
Excuse me?
You said
It's a skill to be evasive and be dexterous.
Okay.
And it is. It's just like these hands could heal or hurt somebody.
And that tongue in your mouth can.
Oh, worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
You take the mind away, the body follows.
Yeah. When I do have these conversations,
Mm-hmm.
it can may sound like I'm being mischievous or misleading, or I'm just like most Christians or most followers to people who come as, or who we deem respectful enough to ask the question.
And so what I love about that is that you're asking.
Yeah.
That's encouraging because you're growing. I'm saying, just as a spiritual father in this moment, right? If you choose to walk through that door some more, I give you my number.
Yes, sir.
What I'm saying is, I want you to have that same mentality when we open that word.
No, for sure.
Yeah, so I'm saying, because I see firsthand the ill effects of pretty much what we talked about. Running a nonprofit, well, I say my wife, she runs it. I founded the nonprofit. I run the Cave of Adullam, which is the academy for men. When you serve families and see the trauma, the emotional loss that we've been conditioned to believe is just a part of the Black culture, and you see fathers, like people often say, you're not hard on fathers who aren't in their kids' lives. I said, well, one thing I've seen fathers not be actively in their sons' lives, but I've never met a father who didn't want to be in their lives. And what I mean by that is this: they don't follow their hearts because of their inadequacies. Many of these men feel because they don't have enough money, enough intellect, enough to offer, they think it's best not to be around, or they're at odds with the mother of the child. Their absence does more harm than their presence. And then a lot of times the presence, the gifts, is misconstrued as a father's presence. That's what my dad would do. When he would hurt me emotionally, or his absence, he would go buy me a little game. I didn't care about the present. I needed you around. I needed you to say, like Most High said to Yeshua or Jesus, "This is my son whom I'm well pleased."
Can I interject real quick?
Yes, sir, please.
Okay, so you gave two examples of why father may be out of.
Man, I can go over this thing all day. We're going to have to do a part 2. That was amazing. I got to get the heck up out of here. I'm late. I stayed well past time for this show, and this brother is speaking amazing. Cam, I think he's going to change this into more of a serious interview after this. I don't know. But we will be back. I got to get the heck on. Salute to all of y'all. I appreciate y'all for rocking with a bus for almost 3 hours. But yeah, I'm gone. Have a blessed day.